Okay, there. Take 2. Hi, everyone. It's me, your one true Khaleesi, Miss V, and welcome back to my stream. So today, I'm live, even though I don't usually go live on Saturdays because for tomorrow, hindi naman have to, but I got invited to attend an event in FF for my friend. So as a good friend, 'di ba? We have to be there and attend, as a good friend. So I decided, well, I don't usually I take Saturdays off just because I want to rest. But then I guess if I'm not streaming tomorrow, that's technically me resting even though I'm still playing. So I've decided to just stream. Shanight is the night. Shanight is the night. Charot. Also, hello, Ionian. Yes, you are the first. Good evening, / good morning, / good afternoon, wherever you are. Charot. Oh my gosh, wait lang. Hi, Saint Patty. Saint Patrick Star. Wait lang, B. I just have to check pala if I checked in today because the day is almost over. And I don't know. Okay, I checked in. Yes, you're the first. Hello. Good evening. Also, hello, Daddy Glitch. Sana all good friend well. I try. I do my best to be a good friend. You know. Alam mo yon? I do my best to be the good friend. But anyway, so today, guys, we will be continuing the Archon quest because I am leagues behind from being updated. Actually, for the past 2 weeks. Like, for the past 2 weeks, after Scaramouche boss has been released into the mass public to be murdered and to be farmed, I had to go through a friend's world just so I can farm him and make my Nahida at least 688, which is pretty fine for me at this point at the very least. Because, I love building. Build, cherries. So, but I feel like I can't keep leeching forever. I have to reach a point wherein I can stand up for myself and be the strong, independent, powerful woman that I truly am. And the only way for that to happen is if I finally reach the end of the Archon quest. At least for now. But since we're not there yet, we have to get there inch by inch. Step by step. Day by day. Ganon. Ang good friend na mimigay ng Genesis Crystals, well, hindi na pala ako good friend. Kasi ako yun nangangailangan ng Genesis Crystals because as you know, Tartaglia's rerun is happening very soon, and I have to get him. But also, speaking of Tartaglia, guys, if you've seen the title for my stream, the tail end of the title of my stream, it's Diona or Layla. Because I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Who do you think is the better shielder after Zhongli? Is it Diona? Or is it Layla? And I'm sure, most if not all of you who play Genshin, look at the whispers from the darkness. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know. What team are you going to use it for? Kay Eula BB. Eula BB. Soon. Ato na, I will unveil my... Yesterday kasi I was so bothered na parang I was so restless. Sabi ko sarili ko parang no, I have to do something in my Genshin. So wait, let me just show this to you. But also, today I feel like playing Ariana, so we will listen to my Ariana playlist. So I will play that first. Before I show you what I planned on showing you. Nasaan yung playlist ko? Be a yarn. Wait, well, since my IG story was positions, maybe I'll start with positions. Ayan. Okay. It's just supposed to be like a background song today because we're doing Archon quest. So if it's too loud, let me know. Layla waifu over meta. Well, isn't that just you? Charot. Hello, Axel! Sabi ni Crazy Page. Okay, so I'll show you what I did yesterday. I was crazy. I couldn't sleep. As in, hindi ko talaga kinayang matulog. So I edited my party lineups for me to map out what I'm going to be doing once I finish farming for when I finish what I plan to be doing after I finish farming for Tartaglia to have him be 89, 9, 86? Tama ba? I'm so confused. Ano yung minap out ko kay Tartaglia dito? Wait lang ha, I'm checking my Genshin planner. Yeah, so I'm farming for him to be 89,698 pala. 89,698. So, after I finish farming for him, sabi ko, what do I do next? Like, I always want to keep working towards something. And I don't want kasi to reach a point where, oh my god, I have nothing else to do but to just min-max artifacts. Because I don't like doing that. Until wala na talaga akong gagawin in the game. And as you all know, I always do my best to find homes for my characters in their own separate teams with their own separate weapons and their own separate artifacts with their own separate leveled skills. So this is what's going to happen in my future. Inedit ko na siya ng very, very, very hard. So, as I told you, I always want my Archons to have their own parties. So, of course, it's my Venti Freeze team. And then, I'm gonna build this! Are you happy? I'm gonna build this. Tapos, I thought about initially making this Ningguang, but then I think the crit transfer is better, plus the extra damage bugsh nung bugsh ni Rosaria. And I've decided, whenever, diba? The use of word, whenever the Ito banner comes around, I will be pulling for the Red Horn. Sana masaya kayo, kasi sayang yung C1 Ito ko. Ito na siya, this is really is it. So I'm gonna build this. And then this is my Raiden team, of course, as you all know. This is my Nahida team, as you all know. But, since I moved my Zhongli there, this is my Eula team now. And I call her, she's a feminist. Because they're all women. So what I want to know, hence the stream title, is, who do you think would be better? Should it be Diona or Layla, diba? Actually, Patrick, wala pa akong Albedo, and one of the units that I do want to pull for in the future is Albedo. And the reason why I didn't pull for him recently is because I wanted Nilo more. Diba? Gusto ko yung Storm Model Agency, well, I mean, Storm, which is literally thunder and wind. And they're all tall, beautiful women. So models, right? So you would say, Layla, who do you think has a thicker shield? Kasi I think that's what's important, the thicker shield, diba? Waifu over meta? Well, to be fair, Axel, I've looked into the whispers in the darkness kasi. And a lot of people are saying na Layla has a thicker shield. So I don't know. Kaya ko na naman ask yung question is because hopefully naman before I get a Tartaglia, I get at least one Layla, diba? Like, baka naman. Baka naman. Considering I'm literally at 0 pity. Because hindi naman pala 0 pity. I think 3. Because we did a 10 pull for Nahida, right? So, ayun. And then this is going to be my Tartaglia team. Chanan! This is supposed to be Tartaglia. And then this is going to be my Mona team. That I'm so shook. I'm so shook. Ganun. But yeah, ayun. Diona gives that heal kahit papano, higher survivability. Yun nga, that's what I was also thinking about. Like, okay, weaker shield, but there's like a field of healing. But then, I also realized, well, hindi naman realized, another thought that made me think about it even more is because I have Lisa as well. So, yung point ng Lisa ko dito is for the defense shred whenever there is the burst up, diba? So more often than not, my goal with her is to have 100% uptime with her burst, kaya mataas yung ER niya. So, parang ang fierce lang na meron yung bugsh ni Lisa, tapos yung ulan crystal gem ni Layla. But then again, that also happens with Diona anyway. Diba? So, ayun. You get 20 Bennett. Oh my god, Axel. Actually, you know, diba, I was leveling up the tree. The Kokomi tree here. Tapos, diba, you get Acquaint Fates. Girl, the first like character slash weapon that I got, which was not blue, was Bennett. As in, ano ba? Sinisix ko na nga si Bennett. Like, matuwa na kayo. Okay na yan. Stop giving me Bennetts. But, I realized that gives me more wishes. But, ang daming but. Ilang days pa ba to? 5 days na lang! 5 days na lang. 5 days na lang talaga. Kinakabahan ako ng very slight. I feel like I have to do the event pala to get more wishes. But let's see. Ayun lang. Alayo, B! Sorry. I activated this. Ano ganap? Hello, Mr. Mercenary Noshiro. I believe this is the first time you are chatting. So, welcome in. Sino nga ulit next banner? It's Tartaglia and Yaimiko. Tartaglia and Yaimiko. With Layla as a 4-star. Actually, who do you think the other 4 stars are? Because I have no idea. Ay, oh my god, nakamute pala yung game audio ko sa inyo. Ayan. Para lang. Ayan, chanan. Okay. Oh my god, this is so... Hindi mo ako maalala well. Am I supposed to? Ala, ba't hindi ko siya na ano? Hindi ko siya na ano? Try karma! Ayan. Oh, dodger is. I try lang. I can't see anything. I could not see anything. It was horrible. I could not see anything. I want to skip pero Layla, well, actually, initially naman, I didn't, prior kasi to me realizing na I can actually get a Layla, hindi ko naman siya naging problem. Kasi diba, I was completely fine with having Diona na lang. Kasi C6 naman yung Diona ko. Pero biglang, like, do you see what I see? Tapos parang na-realize ko, well, I'm gonna get a Layla anyway. I mean, hopefully naman I get a Layla anyway, diba? So parang I think the question needs to be asked one way or another. Kasi if I do get a Layla, diba, parang who is gonna be better overall anyway? That's always a question that people ask whenever they get new characters kasi na parang, is she someone who's better than the one that you currently have? So you can replace, especially since hindi pa naman fully built yung Diona ko. So, ayun lang, just a point of curiosity. Like, I mean, diba, syempre I always just ask people their inputs, their thoughts, and opinions and prayers, ganon. But of course, I ultimately decide at the end of the day. But, you know, y'all opinions are valuable and valid to me. Diba? I don't need another Tartaglia con, and I certainly don't need... Ayun, skip ko na, B. Lalo na... You know what is potentially happening after, right? You know what is potentially happening after that banner set. Diba? Well, isipin mo na lang this way. I mean, even though hindi naman rate ups, I mean, if you skip Layla's first rate up, it's not gonna be her only rate up in the next set of months. Diba? Because she's a 4-star, she has higher tendencies of being rated up. But at the same time, you can also get her in standard banner. Allah! I'm blocked! I'm blocked! Should I fall? I'm blocked! Nagdadalawang isip nga ako kay Yaimiko given na may yalan daw sa 3.4 sheesh. Well, girl, I am blocked. I am blocked! This is transphobic. Eh di wag. Wala ka dyan. Eh di wag na lang. Eto na pala siya. Actually, Axel, I was thinking about it also. Kasi parang 3.4 is allegedly nothing is confirmed. All speculation. It's going to be the Alhitham patch. Whispers in the Darkness are pointing towards Phase 2 being Jutao and Jaylan. All allegations, all speculations, because the reasoning being is that the Al-Haytham phase of that patch allegedly drops like exactly during Chinese New Year. Tapos, phase 2 is after Chinese New Year. Which some people, I don't understand why, TBH. I mean, please enlighten me if you are well-versed in the Chinese culture. Pero some people say kasi na it's kinda disrespectful daw for Hu Tao to be directly on Chinese New Year. Is it because she's like, alam mo yon, like, someone who escorts souls to the dead? I don't know. That's what some people are saying kasi na parang hindi siya pwedeng maging on Chinese New Year because Hu Tao. So ko parang, I actually don't know. Like, enlighten me. Baka mag-skip nga na nga lang talaga ako. Conflicted pa nga din ako kung pupula ako kay Scara or will pull for Ito Cons. Oh. Well, for me, actually no, this is gonna be so biased kasi if I say don't go for Scaramouche just because I won't go for Scaramouche or I don't like Scaramouche. But ako, I mean, if I were you, and of course I'm not, but obviously just imagining myself in your shoes. If I were kasi a complete 100% Ito main in a sense na parang lahat talaga ng resources ko sa kanya napupunta long before, since he was released. One constellation closer to C6 is better than to have another one to build from scratch. But that's just under the perspective and the view of someone who, diba, that box that I'm placing myself in, na si Ito lang talaga yung binibuild ko. But, if I were someone naman who, okay, I've devoted all of this to Ito, but a part of me wants to experience a different type of playstyle, a different type of character, especially since Scaramouche is that different element and that different weapon type. Diba? Parang, it's a completely different experience kasi. So like, if you're that type of person who, even though I have this well-built Ito, I want to experience a completely different thing. And I don't mind building this new character again. Like, hindi naman ako mawawalan ng anything. Hindi naman ako madedelay in any way, like for something else. And then go for Scaramouche. Well, that's just how I would view it objectively. Diba? Ako kasi, I'm not pulling for Scaramouche because I don't want him. Yun lang. As in, as simple as that. Parang, ayoko lang. Similar to how it was with Ayato. I mean, all respect to their design and their VA because personally, I like Scaramouche's design. Especially the color. Kasi ako, I don't mind if he was the purple variant or the blue variant. I like both colors and they're both very aesthetic. So aesthetic-wise, I have no problems with them. Similar to Ayato, is blue and white. I mean, I love blue and white. And the VA, I love their VAs. So it all boils down to how much I like them from the story, and I just really don't like Scaramouche. Kaya yun yung opinion ko. Similarly to Ayato, I don't find him that interesting story-wise. That's why I didn't pull for him, and I don't plan to pull for him. And kasi parang my last straw is always the story quest. So, I am here right now admitting that I learned to like Yelan after her story quest. Because I didn't like her initially. Pero kay Ayato, when I did his story quest, I still didn't like him. So I won't pull for him. Ayun. Makes sense, but di ko din alam. I understand where they are coming from. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you of all people would understand it soon. Pero kasi ako, parang, I had to think, parang what do you mean bawal siya maging Chinese New Year? She's literally like a Liwe character. Isn't that like the best time for them to have reruns? But then, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Because she's like the bringer of death. Diba? So parang, oo nga, baka bad luck yung mga ganong hanash. So, kaya siya speculated to be in the second phase, which is after Chinese New Year. Which means, speculations are pointing to the idea that Al-Haytham is a single banner. But I don't know. I mean, that's initially what they planned for Scaramouche also, na single banner siya. But, now speculations are pointing to him having someone else na rerun. So, We don't really know. And for me, that's still next year. So it's a future us problem. Which is probably like 2 months from now. Like a 2-month from now problem. Those are two valid points. Now I'm more confused than ever. Pero kasi diba, that's how I always think about it objectively. Kasi, okay, admittedly, I'm a person who always pulls for a character na basta gusto ko. Like, I mean, I don't want to deny the idea na I'm a collector talaga. Kasi like, you know, before it was just a joke. Na parang ano pa po siya all the time kasi nag-collect siya. Well, to be fair, I am a collector because I like the character. Diba? So, I only pull for characters that I like talaga. But sometimes kasi when it gets down to like the really difficult decision points, parang, kunwari, the Ayaka banner. I really like Ayaka and Mist Splitter. I really did. But I was fresh from the tragedy that was Raiden and Kokomi with Engulfing and Everlasting Moonglow. Tapos parang I really had to sit myself down and think na parang gusto ko ba talaga siya or kailangan ko ba talaga siyang kunin. So I had to look and think objectively. So, you know, it happens. But, now that I'm in a very comfortable position, I will pull for whoever I want. But if you're not, it always helps kasi to get outside what type of player you are. And you start doing the pros and cons based on your reality. Gamit ka na lang na mahiwagang sandata. Exactly. Well, to be fair, if afford mo naman, and it won't cause any problems, why not? Diba? More time for me to save up, yun din. Initially, I really wanted to get Al-Haytham, diba? Like, 100% I have to get Al-Haytham. But then for me, like I said, if he's not viable as a sub-DPS in Bloom, I might just pull him in his rerun. And in the event that that does happen, na parang, he's not viable as a sub-DPS for Bloom, what I plan to do instead, if confirmed na lahat ng mga narinig at nakikita natin, is I'm gonna pull for one Constellation of Raiden and hopefully get Yelan. Ayun lang. Especially if 3.5 is allegedly what it's suggested to be, which is the This Girl patch, who I will not pull for at all, then maybe I might do that. But let's see. A part of me really wants Al-Haytham because I am a daddy collector. Right? I mean... Ayun. Okay. Now I'm gonna chinika. 30 minutes na. Okay, let's continue the Archon quest. They got here before us, Zhao. Okay.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You didn't have to admit to that.
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Oh, it's a sage.
Bring him over.
Ay, scholar lang pala, not sage. Scholar lang.
Grandpa!
I forgot there was a child.
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word.
Oh, because
What's
he's
this
only
about?
bringing about
It's
one
a one-for-one
person.
exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? Let
Cheetah!
me put it this
Cheetah
way.
girl!
Agreeing to any kind of deal
Maybe
with
I
the
will just get
Dendro
Ito cons
Archon's
first. If
people
I
is
will
already
be
a
fortunate to
huge
C6 him, then I
compromise
still
on my
have some
part.
primos left.
Don't you think?
So you're planning to C6
asked
him talaga
enough?
in this banner na, the upcoming one. I mean, his upcoming banner, whenever it will be. So ipaplan mo na siyang i-C6
You
there.
stay right there.
Or are you just gonna beat him up? Oh! It's a cutscene! Oh my god, her weapon is the basic claymore? Ah!
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
In fairness sa Sumero, may budget talaga sila. Ang daming cutscenes.
Don't you see this blade here?
Ang fierce ng blade, that should be a weapon.
Why are your hands shaking? Wait a second! It's a
Earthquake!
Girl, it's not an earthquake, it's quicksand. Boogs! Is that supposed to be Nahida being a possessive person again? Possessive talaga, I mean, ang possess ng body. In front of the temple of King Deshret pa? Sacrilegious. Charot.
Paimon's dizzy.
Is everyone okay? Are they? Oh, he's just standing there. Did he fall standing up?
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field.
Oh my god,
The village
remember
keeper
when I
protected
said
us.
that I
glowed
find it
green
weird
with intro.
how Sino looks
Just like you said,
a little
it
a
may
kid.
well have been the remains
But
of
he's
Lesser
so
Lord Kusanali's power
naked.
inside the
You
scholar's
remember when
body.
I said that in one of my streams before? So I saw a cosplayer who I follow. And he's a really tall and buff guy. He's Filipino. I'm sure if you're familiar with the cosplay world, you probably know him. Si Prince de Guzman. He cosplayed Sino. And I was very mesmerized. Because parang it's a tall buff guy wearing Sino's outfit. I was so like, girl, the potential of men cosplaying Sino. Like, ayun lang. Share ko lang. So I learned to appreciate Sino's design even more. I mean, I like his design already. It's just, for me, initially it was weird na parang, oh my god, he's like a little boy with the outfit that's very fleshy. And then I remember Ice told me in a comment then here na parang maybe he's meant to be like an older person but just short. Because, you know, short representation. Short king representation. So I said, okay, that's just the canon that he's going to have in my head. Na he's actually an older man who's just short. And then I saw Prince de Guzman's cosplay of Sino. And I was like, imagine if Sino had the body of like, ano name nun? The blacksmiths. Oh my god, that's how Prince de Guzman looked like. It was so amazing. Ayun lang, share ko lang. Na-amaze talaga ako. I was so mesmerized. 3 cons... Wait, your Ito is C3? Kung masi-6 ko siya within my budget, then awesome. Pero hindi na ako lalagpas sa budget ko. Ayun. That makes sense. Kasi for me talaga, because I know players like you, Patrick, na parang they really want this one character. And they want that one character to be the best character in the entire player base. Na parang it's their character. So I understand you. So parang that's why I gave you the option. I mean, the perspective of someone who is like that. Na parang, if I really want just this one character to be the best there is, I'm gonna, like, literally, every single banner na lumabas siya, magpupula ko sa kanya. Diba? I also have a friend, I'm not sure if he's here, because usually he just lurks, si Nate Corn. I don't think naman na he's a min-maxer, but like, he really loves Kokomi kasi. So parang literally, every banner ni Kokomi, nagpo-pull siya until masi-6 niya, and luckily enough for him, nasi-6 niya dun sa pinaka-recent Kokomi banner. But you know, even if it was initially like a struggle for him to get there, the moment he got there, that literally freed him na, like afterwards, to pull for all the other characters that he wants to pull for. Especially, like, diba, considering the idea that Hoyoverse has been throwing rerun banners so swiftly na compared to before. So ayun, just something to ponder over as well. But since I think you made your decision naman na, I fully support your decision. Pero yun, as in always, make sure that it's within your capabilities din. Diba? Na parang if kaya mo naman talaga, edi go. Pero if it's going to be restrictive for you financially, then maybe hold off a bit. Ganon. Kung di ko masi-6, ayun, yun nga. Just always check. Back and forth. Sassy short people and he is actually shorter than Xiao. Yeah, he actually looks shorter than Xiao. But I think the ears give him an extra height. Which I don't even think is real. It's just the helmet, diba? He's supposed to be the embodiment of Horus. Ay, si Anubis pala, I mean. Yung si Anubis, diba? Kaya siya may ganyan. So he doesn't actually have the ears. C3 ito ko, that's what I did with Zhongli. Every banner niya. Ayun. Diba? So, I wish you the best of luck. And I hope you reach it para ma-liberate ka na from the struggles of life. Yeah, actually, I really learned to appreciate his aesthetic even more. Si Sino. But, hindi ko talaga bet yung playstyle niya eh. And I mean, I understand it's not for everyone. Pero yun, ayun lang. Chika lang. No doubt. Ano ba sabi? It glowed green with Nendo. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside. Ayan, no doubt. You finally believe me.
The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Pero like, imagine if that aesthetic of Sino, tapos yung body type ni Alhaitham right now. Girl.
Hey, look around you.
There used to be a temple here?
Oh my gosh, we're finally in the underground world. Which I don't understand how to get through here before.
Collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's
Ayun, headdress
civilization.
lang siya. Pero I mean, ang cute ng headdress
structure
niya.
must
Matchy
be
sila
ancient.
nung siniship ng lahat with
Over
him,
time,
which is Tignari.
the sandstorms completely buried it and
Which is so
left it in the
cute.
state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle.
Oh my god.
Praise King Deshret!
Keep doing the Archon quest. I think the lore actually makes
men
sense.
too?
Well, to be fair, I've been
You must have
enjoying
fallen
the
down
Archon
here
quest
with
a lot.
us. Pretty lucky if you ask me.
Because I've always
Most
been
of
a
them seem
fan
in
of
really
like
bad shape,
mythology.
Except for him.
Like if you know
He
me
got off
IRL
lightly.
kasi, you probably know that I really like learning
Mind your head.
backstories.
No, this isn't the time for conflict.
Especially if
Our
it's linked to
exalted
like
Lord has shown us the way to his
like-
sacred palace.
mga mythology talaga
He's
before.
not actually gonna go in there, is he?
Are
As
we
it
gonna go in
happens, I want to take a look inside too.
Take me with you.
What are you
Zadzi.
doing?
Don't you think it's curious?
Zadzi.
1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of King Deshret's civilization appear.
Ay, yung fierce
Two
pala
major
nung ano
deities
niya,
are vying
shin
to showcase
guards.
their
Ngayon ko lang
power to us.
na-notice.
It would be
Yes,
a shame
colorful
not to
shin
witness
guards
them
as
both.
well.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in guides.
Indeed. In my
Actually,
view,
everything
gods
about
are
him is
just a
just
higher form
attractive.
of living
What am I
being,
even saying?
or creature, you
I'm
could say.
fooling myself.
New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Okay.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here.
Iiwan na lang talaga
Deshret will
siya.
take care of his people.
Crazy ka.
Right now, I'm going inside.
Are you not even gonna check if they're injured or something? Ah, Desert Raider. IDK, what's with Hoyoverse? Bakit kailangan mga Guardian type character short and feisty? Well, I think it's because, and like, even more so now, like with Sumeru. Oh my gosh, hello Red Bandit PH. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sasabi ko, I think it's even more so now because, which is what I discussed in my last stream then of the Archon quest. I think it's very curious how in Sumeru, they're really establishing the idea na parang appearances are not always what they're meant to be. Diba? Like, for example, with
First, get into position
Nahida,
like this.
she's meant to be
Then move
literally
like
the
that.
wisest person in all of
That's it.
Sumeru, but she's a little lolly. Diba? So, parang feel ko, like, just branching off of that idea, maybe that's why they made all of the Guardians, that at least we know, to be like, the shorter men as opposed to like the burly big men. I mean, diba, even with the Yaksha, there is like this really big burly version with the one with the 4 arms. I forgot his name. Pero yung nandun sa Archon Quest, the one who we saw like a glimpse of. He's a big burly man, but like for the Guardian specifically that we've come across while playing the game, and even units which are pullable,
Take a deep breath.
the ones that we have seen so far are literally the
Exhale all
average
your
sized
sleepiness
men
into it, and then
who are always sassy.
it's now
diba?
flying away.
And for me, I really appreciate that idea na parang okay, they don't all have to be like these big, intimidating, burly people. Similarly to how in Inazuma, all of the powerful characters are women. Diba? Parang it's very, very nice. Especially considering that Inazuma is inspired by Japan, which is a very, very patriarchal culture. And yet all of these powerful characters in the playing field of the war are women of all sizes. Kasi there's the tall women, obviously, which is your Raiden, your Sarah, your Yaimiko. But you also have your like average-sized women, which is your Kokomi, and even Beidou played a part, diba? So, ayun, it's just very interesting for me na parang they're really subverting all of these like, it's a ruin talaga. Like all of these like ideas na parang they all have to look a certain type of way. Bakit ito lang yung recommended? Pyro, Electro, and Cryo, but they're all just mushrooms. Weird. Okay, whatever. One of the reasons why I pulled for Sino is because of his aesthetics. I've been a big fan of mythology, especially Greek, Roman, and Egyptian myth. Yeah, exactly, diba? Parang, for, like I said, like, one of the qualifiers kasi for me to pull for a character is one, their aesthetic, if I really like it. And then number two is if in the story, like in the story where they're brought into, is if they play a very, very interesting role.
It's full of life here.
Wait, i-pause ko lang to. And for me, Sino ticked one of the boxes, which is the aesthetic. It's just that, so far, hindi ko masyado nabebetan yung role niya. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because he's meant to be like your generic, like feisty, I'm a protector person type. Which is like, okay. But like when you're brought into this world kasi full of rich personalities and rich character development, parang, but that's just me. Again, that's just me. It's not for everyone. But also, number 3 is playstyle, and I don't really enjoy his playstyle that much.
This defies comprehension.
Hindi talaga ako pang yung mga mabibilis. Kasi nahihilo talaga ako, girl. Feel ko nagkaka-vertigo ako whenever I watch like fast DPS people. It's not for me.
So many plants. It's so pretty.
It's not for me.
Sir Rahman.
Small guys can be intimidating. Yeah, exactly. Diba? Parang I really like how this game is
Do you see another Rahman
making
here?
sure that we don't stick to the stereotypes that society in our reality is already
Interpret it however
presenting
you
us.
want. But there's something I'd like to draw
I
your
think that's
attention
also why
to.
I really love Inazuma. Like
While
above
the
all. So
structure
far
is
kasi,
clearly left over from
I'm really
King Deshret's
enjoying Sumeru
civilization,
because of the story.
The
Like,
energy that
it's
flows in
amazing.
here is that of the Dendro
But
Archon.
so far talaga my number one pa rin experience
Whatever
is
you say.
Inazuma just because
It's
of
not
how
like I
it
have
was
a
literally inlaid
There's nothing to be angry about.
with powerful women.
Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem
And to
kinda
think na
strange.
parang the theme pa kasi
If
of
that's
Inazuma
true,
is
then
literally a
we
civil
might have
war.
to explore this whole area to find an
Which-
explanation.
Normally is a story that's supposed to be it's a story that's supposed to be like experienced by men because it's a war, but it's all women, so parang oh my god, ayun, that's why I love Inazuma so much. Goal ko lang mga main carry dapat polearm. Yes, I remember, and I support you, and I think I support you in that. Ano talaga, ay ano to, hala. So ayun, I mean, good luck in all of your pulls. What is this? Look up at the hall as a mortal and listen to King Deshret's holy guidance. Ah, they're supposed to... What? Oh, this is King Deshret? I guess? Oh no, we're supposed to look there. I mean, we're supposed to make them look there. Boogs. Ano ba? Ay, hindi. Ay, what is going on? I'm confused. Or is... What? Dapat mag-ilaw yung tatlo. Ayun nga. Ano na? Tapos i-click... Ay! Okay. Okay. Gets. Because it rotated again. Ah. Okay. Ako, I like fast DPS characters kaya I hate Klee because she's so clunky and basically useless. The views and opinions of people in my comment section do not reflect that of me as a streamer, my page, and my brand as a whole. Ayoko ma-cancel dito. Ayoko talaga. Bahala kayo dyan. Nako, bahala kayo dyan. Oh my god! It's Anubis. Okay. Okay. Ah! You know what I further realized also? I think Candace is meant to be a representation of Isis. As in from from Egyptian mythology, I mean.
Let the show begin.
Oh, just a thought. Parang, di ba? Why ka pa? Because like, I saw her name card. And it's literally the symbol of Isis. Yung parang bird that's looking up at the sky. The sky, the heavens above. So I think Candace is supposed to be Isis in this story. Which makes me wonder who Horus is supposed to be. Who is a raven or a hawk?
Propagate. Let's dance.
Germinate! Actually is. Ano na? Ah!
Go, Barbara, go.
Okay. Wala ba dito sa other side of the world? Other side of the world? Okay, wala. Ay, oh my gosh. Naka-block talaga yung ano. Well, I mean, to be fair. T group siya. That ISIS is a T group. in recent history, ISIS is a T group. That's why it's auto-modded. She looks more like a 5-star than Sino for me. Well, to be fair, I think she's supposed. Personally, I think believe she's supposed to be a 5-star. It's just that they need a 4-star. Tsaka parang kasi with her kit, parang hindi siya pang 5-star. Especially now na parang we don't even know her place in the game just because no one so far is benefiting from.
Go, Barbara, go.
No one so far is benefiting from Hydro Infusion. Pero kasi diba, usually in the main Archon quest line kasi, there's always at least one 4-star just to make it not so hard to reach. If you know what I mean? Kasi parang imagine if all of your main characters are 5-stars. Parang as a person, especially if you're an F2P, parang mo-off ka na, parang ano ba yan? Never ko ma-reach yung level na lahat ng important characters in the story nasa akin. Ganon.
I'll protect us.
Which is why I think there's always at least one 4-star in Archon quests. Ito lang drop. What is this? Oh, it's an elevator. Oh, there's a chest. Buti nag-explore ako as an RPG. Okay. No, like seriously, Klee is a good DPS pero nawawala effectivity niya because of her clunkiness. Although actually, Patrick, I did hear na... Baka dito. Naiwan ako. I did hear na of all of the catalysts, Klee is actually the clunkiest just because she throws bombs. Like, hindi siya for example with Barbara na ganyan yung binabato niya. Na in a particular range, she automatically locks on to someone. Diba? That's what Barbara does. And similarly kay Mona din. Ganun din yung ginagawa ni Mona. Tapos yung kay Kokumi naman, she's literally a machine gun because she launches parang projectiles. Ay, hindi nag-proc yung saksal ko. So, like, in comparison to everyone else, I think she is the hardest one to use. Kasi I also got to experience her dun sa yung event because there was an event, the most recent one. After 6 days, the elevator will descend to the ground. Get on top of it before it starts ascending again to reach the dome. This one? This elevator? So, ayun. I got to experience her in the most recent event.
Go, Barbara, go.
The one with... Ulit. The one where you had to shoot the elemental slimes into the hoop. Diba? That was a minigame. Doon sa taas, i-trigger yung switch to lower down. Ah, there's a way to... Wait lang. Tinatry ko intindihin. Doon sa taas, i-trigger yung switch to lower down the elevator. This! Oh my lordy. And then click it again. Ah! I literally ran.
I see everything.
Anyway, sasabi ko, ayun. So, dun nga sa event, the one where you can be either Klee or... What's her face? Or Yenfei. Na-experience ko siya. Tapos, parang ang hirap nga i-aim yung mga bombs. Na-realize ko lang na parang ako nga na ang clunky nga niyang gamitin.
I'll protect us.
Wala bang chest dito? Ganon. Because I always explore. Bountiful cores popping really looks satisfying to me. Yes, same. Hello, Ali! Oh my gosh. You're one of my new followers from last time, right? I think. Welcome! Good morning from the Philippines. It's officially 12 midnight, like literally on the dot. So, good morning.
Go, Barbara, go!
Same, Axel. Yung Bountiful Course talaga, I love it. I love it so much. Ay, umikot-ikot talaga siya. What does this do? What do I turn off? What? Ah, I think I'm supposed to stop it. What is spinning? The other one is not spinning. Ayun! Ito ako masyado. Walang drops sa domains? Yes. I keep forgetting. There are no drops in the domains. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait, let me back read because I got lost na. Bountiful Course popping really looks satisfying to me. Same. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I really love this team is because just Bountiful Course like popping is like, I'm doing it right. Okay. If Noah is here, he would rip my head for calling Klee useless. Actually, yeah. That's why pasalamat tayo na wala siya dito for your sake. But maybe he's here just lurking in the darkness. What about my voice? What's with my voice?
That's a sight to see.
What am I supposed to... Oh!
King Deshret's
Pretty.
splendor surrounds us.
There's so
Hello,
much
Mark. Hello,
vegetation
Jer. Good
here.
evening / good morning sa inyo.
Different than what I expected.
Sure
I'm not
are a lot
at
of
close.
space for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King
This
Deshret.
is so pretty. Ang fierce. Oh, natutuwa ako masyado sa domain na to.
Everyone is working super hard.
We should be too. Oh, diba? The consistency with the late night streams, of course. Speaking of late night streams, again, I am a member of the streamer list of people whom you can get your drops from for Genshin Impact. So if you have not received your drops yet for this patch cycle, make sure that your Twitch account, the one you're using to watch me, is actually linked to your Genshin Impact account. Just so in case you see like a claim here thing that you can easily get it. Just let you know, you can only get a maximum, I think, of 5 drops. And the last one is Primo Gems, if I'm not mistaken. So if you don't have it yet, feel free to be here. Okay, I just checked. My drops are enabled. Just making sure. Okay. Naglalaro sila Boss Ice ng Unite. Oo nga eh. TBH, they asked me to join them as well, but you know, priorities. This is so nice. Hello? Ba't ngayon ko na na-appreciate it, girls? Wait, I have to screenshot this. This is so pretty. Because I can't use my camera. Yeah, anyway, so they invited me also to play Unite with them, but then I said I have to stream Genshin because I want to see what happens next in the Archon quest. It's so pretty! Your voice is good, that's what. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I don't have the command yet. I'm so sorry. But yeah, the drops are enabled, so I want to join pero full na lineup nila. For more, nag-unite ka ba? Girl, this is so nice. It's as nice as the cocoa tree. Hello, Anne53646. Oh my gosh, so many numbers. But welcome in. Hello. Paminsan-minsan. What is minsan? This is so pretty. I think it's because I like the colors a lot.
Wait. What's that?
What's that? What's what? A hat. It's Anubis.
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
It looks like a tomb.
These are King Deshret runes.
They left something behind.
Yes.
Yes.
It's an elegy for the
It's
end.
an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala.
The who?
His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
The who
You
word?
can read ancient King Deshret script.
I'll hate them
Of
is King
course.
Deshret confirmed.
Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious, right?
As a speculative speculator of
There's
speculations.
still something off about this place.
I'll hate them is King Deshret confirmed.
The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Is this it?
I mean, he's far too attractive. What is analyzing? We are in
There seems
Wakanda.
to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains.
We are in
Excellent.
Wakanda.
There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Okay.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself.
Well.
You'll understand after watching it.
Ayan na. Huh? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you supposed to be watching? Ah, there we go. Thank you also, Axa, for the hydrate. I cut scene.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise.
It's the Eye of
A
Horus.
disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's
very,
minds
like,
were
cryptic
filled
music.
with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained.
So that's why half of it is a desert?
Were it not for greater Lord Ruka Devata from the forests, the damage would have
Oh,
been
she's so pretty.
irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life.
So this is the
The
forest side.
disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved
Oh,
in our
okay. It's not the
village.
forest side.
Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever
The
plague
Eye of
this
Horus
world.
talaga.
In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now,
Fierce.
my duty is coming to an end. As
It's
I
Anubis.
close my eyes for the final time,
Anubis, I know.
the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more.
Why is she so pretty?
In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child.
So this is Nahida.
How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep.
He's
Children
alive?
of the desert,
He's just asleep?
cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
And yet they hate her.
That.
They hate
The
Nahida.
priest's memories.
She literally just saved all of y'all.
Impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and King Deshret were never enemies at all.
But this doesn't make any sense.
Well,
The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
well. Dot dot dot. That's all I can say. Eradicating the forbidden knowledge took so much of her power. Completely unaware that their gods stuck by each other through life and death.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt King Deshret's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
Well, this is Deshret's
Never
priest,
heard about any
right?
of this before. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our
Interesting.
god did not make mistakes. We refuse to believe any of the rumors.
Well, Ediwag.
King Deshret's death,
You believe what you will.
the all but total annihilation of our civilization. It was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis.
This is literally Wakanda with like
Just
the
like
plants
us
and
humans.
everything.
Fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
Well,
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart,
what? If not what?
how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far
Tell
from
me
what
what's
I've
your
always known.
motive?
Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
No, girl,
Ron,
don't
that's
accept
enough.
it.
Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell
Don't
me,
accept it.
my Aramites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Oh, R.I.P. R.I.P.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks.
It's
should
probably
probably
like shocking
go.
to him, really,
Can
because
just
like for
stay
some,
here
for like
forever.
believing for something
What's
for
your
so
next
long,
move gonna be?
and then like just
Oh,
seeing,
I know what you're going to
like
ask.
whether it's true or not, just
I
seeing
feel
like
deeply
evidence
ashamed of everything I've done.
of something completely opposite
get
of what you
everything
believed
you're
in. It's
asking
pretty
for.
jarring.
But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
Okay. That's
When would be a
interesting.
good time for us to go?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side.
Okay.
And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you too.
What's your motive? What's your motive?
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy
Right, let me
is the
pause.
sages.
I think I've neglected my comment section for a while. I feel bad for Ito because Hoyoverse decided to give Alhaitham a buff body type and Ito looks like a stick. Yeah, and it's not even like his body type is not even like Ito's body but with better arms, diba? He's literally overall buffer. Like even his torso, it's meatier. For lack of a better description, it's meatier than Ito's, which is sad. Considering what? Alhaitham is a sage. I mean, a scholar. And Ito is literally like hired muscle. So he's supposed to be buffer. But like for some reason, he's literally, I mean, I hate using this, but for lack of a better way of explaining it, Ito literally is a skinny guy with poverty abs. Right. Those plants are him itself. What do you mean? False info, spreader ng false info ang desert dwellers. So this one is fake. The Bijo. Bijo talaga, the Bijo. Kaya nga as an Ito main, I feel cheated. Well, I think we all felt cheated because, and the horrible part pa about it is, before he got released, and I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think even in his trailers before, he was buffer. Like he was meatier. And in the concept arts, he's supposed to be meaty. But, well, he's not meaty at all. So we were all disappointed. Even for people, I think, who didn't want Ito. They were all, like, led on. Because, like, you know, in Genshin right now, there are literally 5 body types of characters. It's your tall female, your tall male, your average-sized male, your average-sized female, and your short female. Diba? And all of them have the exact same build, the exact same height. Like, if they fall under those categories. So parang when people thought that like, oh my gosh, we're getting like this new body type. Like, even if it's the same height as everyone else, at least he's buff. But he's not. And I think Alhaitham is starting to subvert that build thing. And also, if you have been a part of the people who hear the whispers in the darkness, the wisps in the shadows, Kave is also gonna be changing that list, that streak of falling under those 5 body types. Yung mga eremites, what do you mean? So the eremites believe in something wrong. So the video is real. Ganon. Before he got released, he's very, very buff. Yeah, I saw the concept art. And then I also heard na parang, I mean, before, diba, when the concept art for Ito arrived and he was like really buff, I was like, oh my gosh, I really want him. Because he's not only buff, he's also voiced by Max Mittelman. And I'm a person who I don't really know a lot of voice actors, but when I do like a voice that I hear, I always like search them up. And Max Mittelman is a voice actor who got my attention in Persona 5. Because I played Persona 5 Royal in the height of the pandemic, so it was way before I did Genshin. Well, way before I revived my Genshin. So, like, I knew of Max Mittelman before, and then I heard that he was voicing Ito, and, you know, this buff body type Ito, and then Max Mittelman as VA. I was sold. Like, oh my gosh. And then, when I saw that he was, like, a skinny guy with poverty abs, so I was so like, what the heck? As in, what is going on? And in this game, I am a fan of 2, like, weapon types above all. Like, I love all Catalyst users, and I love all Claymore users. So, when I heard that Ito was also a Claymore user, I was like, oh my god, perfect, I'm gonna pull for him. And then I saw he was a skinny guy, like, very skinny. So, like, a part of me was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. So, I said, I'm not gonna pull for him. I'll just get Barbara Cons. Well, I was blessed, I guess, still, because I was given an Ito, and the C1 Ito at that. Ayun. Let's not be confident until Alhaitham will get released. He is still subject for change, exactly. But I think we can take comfort in the fact that he already has, like, a working character model that we've seen. It's just that the only thing talaga that's making me second guess me pulling for him is his playstyle. Because if he does not work as a sub DPS for Nilo Bloom, girl, I have to think hard about my life decisions. Hello Noah, how was Pokemon Unite? Welcome. Ito's VA is top tier. Yes! I really love Max Mittelman. He's amazing. I loved him already from when he was voicing Ryuji in Persona 5. But I heard he also voices the main character of One Punch Man. So, diba? Interesting. Okay, continue.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
Interesting.
That must have been rough. But he seems to have figured things out now.
Although, I mean, if you think about it...
Ramon's no
Wait,
fool.
let me just have
Being
her finish
a leader
her
of your own
line.
faction in the desert is no easy feat.
I mean, if you think about it kasi as a believer of a faction, of a specific faction, you always... Ano ba? It's easier. Not naman you always. It's easier kasi to believe that you are the injured party. Diba? Whenever you're part of like a specific group that is having a discord with another faction, it's always easier to believe that you are the wounded party, because that means if you are the wounded party, your cause is more just and more worth fighting for. So, just looking at like Raman's like believing initially, diba, before they saw the video recording from the Tree of Wakanda, but it's understandable. Like, you can't fault him for believing that like the god who they all hated, who they all believed was like against their god who they believed in, is someone who victimized them. Kasi diba, that makes their cause and their reasoning to keep fighting their fight like more noble if they're the victim. Diba? So parang I understand why he's so like jarred by everything. Na parang it literally topples the foundations of what they believe in. Because that just shows na parang all of this is pointless. That why did we establish this group of people if like at the end of the day we were all just friends to begin with? Because everyone just sacrificed everything for everyone. Diba? Parang, ayun lang. So I understand him. Congrats kay Hana! Oh my gosh, na-veteran na rin siya. Ayan, we can play more together. Pokemon Unite. That birthday message from Ito made me like Max more. Yes! And he's the only one who beatboxed in the happy birthdays. Of all of the languages of Ito, so I really love him.
It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed, I guess
Well, to
we
be
have
fair,
a
I
few more
mean,
people on our side.
He can still believe in King Deshret, because King Deshret is still at the end of the day a noble god. I'll say noble, not good. Noble because like if you think about it, if you're a god naman talaga, you want what's best for your people, and I fully believe, at least from what I've seen so far, that King Deshret spread the knowledge because he wanted his people to be more learned. It's just that he didn't realize that there were consequences to what he did, which is therefore the destruction of literally life. Diba? So parang, and then when he realized that he did wrong, he didn't just sit idly by naman. He sacrificed himself pa rin to like reignite the stability that Ruka Devata provided, diba? So parang he can still believe in, I mean, they can still believe in him. It's just they have to subvert their stance na parang they're not against all of these other people who believe in the Dendro Archon. It's just that they both believe in the same thing now. Ayun. This is a turn for the better.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
True.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a
Pagkain na
nice
naman siya. Crazy.
long sleep. We'll need all our energy tomorrow.
He's just staring at the statue that looks like him. Shut up.
Oh, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Look, oh, he's staring at the statue that looks like him. Is he meant to protect that? Do I just leave? Can I take photos now? Can I take photos here now? It's so... parang hindi pretty. Ay, parang okay naman. I cannot use in domains, RIP. Never mind. Hello, AIDS. Thank you for the stretch. Ayan na. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you, girls. Pati wag. Hindi na akong pipicture. Di wag. Hindi na akong pipicture. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so zoomed in. Go to the Eremite hideout. Is there nothing else that I can get here? Promise? Wala na? Walang chest? Ganon? Walang anything? Nothing? For more, if you fall here, what do you get? I mean, how do you get out? Nothing? You just teleport out? Or is this gonna be sealed later? Parang layo pala ng teleport waypoint na Eterals. Oh, this is their hideout. Fierce. Hello. Hello. Walang greeting, walang salute, ganon.
Raman, we're here.
Hello.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village.
What happened to the other people that
I
we left
guess
behind?
all I can say now is thanks for agreeing to help.
We left like his soldiers and then
mention it.
Isaac and
I
the
think we can
grandpa.
both agree you went to hell and back for it.
Oh my gosh.
But we share a common cause now.
Oh my gosh.
From here on
I don't
out,
think this coffee is
we're
fine anymore.
allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I just drink water.
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
Nako. A trap! Shut up. Oh no, they're actual people.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Girlfriend.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
Oh, he's a
There's
scribe.
no need to yell. No one can help you now.
He's so buff talaga for a scribe. Oh my gosh. Goals.
I've been all over the desert trying to find you.
I mean,
That's
goals to find
right.
someone like that. Ah, stab them! Stab them with your paddle.
General Mahamatra? No, no.
Ayun na.
Make it quick,
Chugi.
please. Swift and painless.
Whoa.
Hinataw
The
ng
moment they set
paddle.
eyes on Sino, they turn pale like they've seen a ghost.
You should have
Well.
known that I would be coming for you.
Ay,
Wait, we were just following orders.
The
You
aggression.
know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
ay.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to
Sino?
Other
Gosh.
methods.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
What are they trying to
They,
accomplish?
wanted to extract canned knowledge.
Don't play dumb.
Ay,
You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
well, you should
better
try.
start talking or you'll be sorry.
You don't want to make things any more
50
difficult
Shades
for
of Sino,
yourself,
diba?
do
With his
ya?
paddle. 50 Shades of Sino with his long handle paddle. May I ask them a question?
Be my guest.
Oh, camera angle. The sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they? Gasp.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything.
This is
You're
all
serious,
thanks
aren't
to
you?
Hypatia.
How did you know?
This is all thanks to Hypatia.
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project.
World
They are
changing.
creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked.
So they're
I'm
making a
always
god
hearing them say things like,
as a solution.
if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor.
Oh, he has a
He
gnosis.
brought a gnosis, and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities.
He has a
The
gnosis.
Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's
How does he have a
expression
gnosis?
changed.
Whose
He
gnosis
asked
is
them,
that?
Do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Zeb-Zerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output.
So that's why they did that.
With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next,
Well, they made a
they
synthetic
decided that their new
gnosis.
god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
Okay.
It adds up.
Okay, A yung
But how do you
gnosis.
determine whether the knowledge
Oh,
extracted
well, to be
is
fair,
of
I
divine
mean,
origin?
if they're using
Call it an educated
Skara.
guess?
I mean, he
the
has the
Academia has been
gnosis.
trying to figure out the exact source of the Scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Al-Haytham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher.
Well,
In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
well. But the sages' end product won't be the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom
Actually,
that matters.
True.
It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience
They're
and
just
omnipotence
using
that
the
burns
god
in
as
their blood.
a stand-in.
Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis,
A
and
standee.
thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom.
True.
This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world?
Oh.
If you already have
They hate
a
her.
god, why try to
They
create
hate
another
her
one?
because she's a
From the
child.
beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god.
Oh, diba?
When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But upon evaluation,
She's
they
not up
found
to
that
par.
at the time she
Ganun.
possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
What do you expect,
had
girl?
indeed
A
passed away.
transition from mind,
Not to
I mean,
mention that
body
Lesser
to
Lord
body.
Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power
Instant
the Akasha
lang,
this
ganun.
entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom.
Well,
Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
well.
This is the path the sages have chosen.
This is literally like human nature to reject what's already there because you want something better.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Rahman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're
They're
coming
gonna
too.
die! They're gonna die! I want to see Dihya stab them with her giant
Sure.
claymore.
As you wish.
Sobrang violent ko naman. Go back to the village chief's house with Kandake. Are these like evil people? Will they attack me? I just saw this kasi. Kung mo ko atakihan. Ang layo pala, so magte-teleport talaga ako. I thought I can walk to it, but I cannot. I have to teleport. Hello. Welcome back. I just want to do a domain where we can bully the sages, especially. Yeah! I feel like they should have the next Artifact
The
domain
village
be
keepers you
that.
found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them.
She really looks like a
The 2 new
5-star now.
scholars are being kept under close supervision too.
My gosh.
Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
She really should be a 5-star, but then maybe it's because Hydro already has too many 5-stars. And the next region is Hydro pa.
Hey, say something. Stop spacing out.
Wag lang isama yung siege na taga
Come
Mondstadt,
on,
wawa
is there
naman. Well,
nothing left to talk about?
I don't think they're
In
gonna
that case,
include
let's
people
all
who
get
we
some water
actually
and try to
should
think
like.
about something else.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh, Paimon's so coming with you.
Girl, why are you always hungry?
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Why, do you want to take me out on a
You're
date?
not talking about work, are you?
Kahit merong resin tapos walang reward, I don't care. I just want to vent out my rage towards sages. Well, I will find out if my hate for the sages will be on the same level as yours. I want to share everything I know with all of you.
So you were still withholding some information?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had my reasons. Over snacks and tea. We are British now. Dekal's expression is relaxed, as if her mood hasn't been affected by the heavy conversation at all. His motivation to pursue the right course of action, everything is now clear to him. He wants to listen too. Well, they really just like told us what went down. They didn't show us.
Even though we lived through
Eto,
all
basahin niyo
this
na lang.
firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about
Crazy.
it again.
That's everything we've experienced so far in Sumeru.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
Well,
It seems like there will be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
well. Well.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
We siege the fortress.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
I will do my utmost.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we
You
can
know
draw
they're
on.
very
The next
intellectual
time
when
we
they
gather
don't
here,
just
we must have a solid
run
plan.
head on. they always have to plan.
Sure.
Oh my god, these smart people. Oh, King Deshret Kemerut. Is this ano na? Is this 3.2? Ay, oh! I have a constellation. C4. After Lay Lotus Lamp triggers a Lotus Light transfiguration, it will obtain 5 stacks of the overflowing Lotus Light effect from the passive talent Verdant Overgrowth. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Lay a Lotus Lamp will obtain 1 level of overflowing Lotus Light. Whatever. Sana ganyan din si Luffy. What do you mean? Oh, I have to, ano na. Through the pre-dawn night. Is this 3.2 already? Hello,
You
Kanzaki.
must let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Though I cannot leave Arbor Village, I can't help but feel stirred when I see the looks in your eyes. I've
Well.
never felt as roused as this when fighting alone in the past. I suppose this must be the power of camaraderie.
Okay, sis. If you say so.
Don't rush. This is a
Na
big
nagpaplano ng
undertaking.
mabuti. Ah,
and the
true.
planning and preparation for what lies
Right.
ahead will no doubt take some time. Take it slowly. We need to make sure the plan is as effective as possible.
He's starting to read his book again. Hey, are you even listening?
Well,
Would you like me to lend you something to read?
Daddy.
No way. Your books aren't quite
Tate, please.
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult for you, and I have no intention of lending them out.
Tate,
You're so annoying.
please.
In the past, I never imagined that even the gods could suffer from hardship.
Well,
If we can find a way to change all of this, will this nation become a better place?
I don't know.
The past few days have been some of the most challenging work I've ever taken on.
But I have to check in.
None of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
Look on the bright side,
It's
Dia.
talent
Maybe we'll
book.
get a huge reward after this is all over.
You've got a point. Hey, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow with more money than you could ever spend?
Paimon would buy boatloads of tasty snacks.
Of course you would.
That's it?
And maybe some tasty drinks as well?
Of course.
How adorable.
Ay, tawa siya dyan.
Well, here's to all our indulgent fantasies. If there's a chance they can come true, I'll give it my best shot.
Here's to all
And
of
here's
our
hoping that
indulgent
everything we do
fantasies.
from now on will change this world for the better.
Yes. There, this is my check-in for today. Oh, di ba? Talent books. What is this? Oh, this is... Oh, Hala, nagki-Christmas na si Ariana. Why is it... It's not Christmas yet. It's November. Skinip ko talaga. It's not Christmas yet. It's November. Okay. Wait until the next day. What? Oh! There you go. I... Clean. Okay. Wait until the next day. Oh no, I have to go to tomorrow. Ayan. 12:11. Okay. Oh, there's a world quest! Is it upstairs? Or is it downstairs?
Candace, we're here!
I was gonna get the world quest.
Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join
What are we
them!
waiting for?
Please. Wait a moment.
What's the matter?
Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
Ganon.
What do you think?
Yes. Sure, I'll try not to.
Okay.
Akasha pulses, the cup of flame rises. Oh my gosh, I'm finally in 3.2. Pero where is this world quest? I would like to know. Is it upstairs? Is it downstairs? What stairs is it? Is it upstairs? I think it's upstairs. Paano ako babalik doon? I think it's upstairs. Is it there? That stairs? Oh, it's there lang? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna get this. I'm not even gonna read it yet. Okay. Emerald. Emerald. Emerit. Ang dami niya sinasabi talaga. I love the way you make me feel. I love it. I love it. I love the way you make me feel. I love it. I love it. No. No. Okay. You can be the kind of something, want it all the time, yeah, every day. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at 100. Never get enough, I can fade away. Ano name ng quest? Ay, hindi ko nabasa.
Everyone's here so early.
Kinuha ko lang.
Why isn't anybody talking?
Something with the eremite.
We already discussed things a bit.
Well, leaving me out like this.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
We were just
Are
outside.
you ready?
Got a bad boy, I must admit it. We can start now.
Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I love the way you make me feel. I love it.
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
Color me impressed.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, yun
The
nag-recruit.
point of discussion is
Ano ba
to
yun?
arrive at a solution.
Is
Let's
that,
cut
like,
the small talk and move to the
important?
next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
Why is it black? What's going on? Oh, it's a scene!
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later.
Why was she just not there? Like in the meeting?
Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care.
I love it. I love the way you make me feel.
Well, traveler,
I love it.
Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
Yes.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone quite well.
We'll make our move on the next Nyagarba day.
Paimon's
Oh,
a
diba?
little
Naalala ko pa how to
worried.
pronounce that.
Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
Nagarba. Nagarba.
To
Nyagarba.
be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Aw,
Your
Paimon.
deeds speak for themselves.
Well, thanks, girl. I know.
We stayed behind to tell
I
you
love
that.
the
Although you won't be
way-
coming with us,
I
we'll be sure to
love the
remember your
way-
words.
That's
I'm
why she's
very
not a
glad to
5-star.
hear that.
Because she's gonna stay here.
I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Your safety is the most important thing. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So
The way
please,
I love
take
you.
care.
Yeah. Thank you, Kandak.
You're welcome.
Kandake.
And thank you for taking my advice.
Kandake.
Good luck. With everything.
Who does she believe in?
I'll be here in the village praying for you.
Who does she believe in? Does she believe in Kusanale? Oh, there's a bridge pala. Sabi ko, do I fly there? Oh, it's with, ano, Raman. Raman.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah,
I'll hit
great
them.
minds.
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah. Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating.
What?
Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful.
Makes sense.
We must go beyond that and fully commit ourselves to it. I hope this is clear to you.
I understand and accept.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
No.
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
Aw.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation.
Can't he be the one to cuddle us
We all have
instead?
our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front lines.
Makes sense.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
What do you mean he's buff?
Well, of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar.
What do you mean?
But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind.
Well,
Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
yes.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation, and you are a scholar.
Yes.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even
he's
among
unique.
members of the same species,
Sorry about
some
it.
will exhibit far more potential than others.
This guy.
This guy.
Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools.
In fairness,
I'll
he
take
makes
that
sense.
as a compliment. That reminds me. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge.
There's literally an option of sorry, I don't remember anymore. Because this is supposed to be like a new... Ano diba? A new Archon quest like that is released like weeks after 3.1. So you can actually just not remember.
Welcome to my
Yes,
world.
I remember.
You have a good memory.
Oh my
Forbidden
gosh, thank you so
knowledge
much
has
for the
power to
follow.
drive
Nilo is
people
super
insane,
cute and I agree
but
with
this
you.
fact has never been shared with the
Welcome
public.
in, hello.
Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this. I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge.
Makes sense.
But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals.
Because they can't,
Come
like,
to think of
they
it,
don't have the capacity to
perhaps the
understand
academia
it.
has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus
Okay.
always approached the issue from the wrong direction. The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms.
Elazar.
Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
That makes sense. One taught me love, one taught me patience, and one taught me pain. Makes sense because, like, literally, the world is ending again. Another occurrence of forbidden knowledge pollution.
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's
And
disease is
for
what
that
caused the
I
withering and
say-
the sandstorms.
Thank you. Next.
At least,
Thank you.
that's what Tainari
Next.
told us. Wait a second. Could
Thank
it be
you.
that?
Next.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may
Pollution!
precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
Well,
But if that's the case,
this is why you should
what
care for
should
the
we
environment.
do? This is huge.
We must tell Nahida about this as soon as possible.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
She said the key to saving Irminsul is contained within the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole
Yes.
the world forget me thing?
Yes.
In that case, it's
And for
imperative
that
that we
I
rescue
say-
Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul can we completely resolve the problems Sumeru currently faces.
That's right.
To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of our preparatory work.
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
Ay! It's taking me to an Eremite base. Ang layo ng base, in fairness. Ah, isn't this just the base of Raman? Is this not the same place? It's weird. That's weird. That's suspicious. Got so much patience and it's from the pain. Nahuhuli nyo. Asa hindi nagla-level ng artifacts. And for that I say. But now I can level artifacts. What? 20 na pala to. This is for Tartaglia. Nire-level ko na. Para salpak na lang. Two-piece glad, two-piece hodka. Yes! A lot of people recommended it for me, especially since my substats are relatively better, and so I don't need to farm for a 4-piece hod anymore. Makes sense, right? Or does it not? Ano, nag-9 talaga? Oh, Oh, diba? Actually, I'll show you why I did that. I mean, why I did two-piece hod, two-piece, ano. Because nga, the substat... I mean, I don't have a choice with hydro damage. Pero, this one kasi is nice. This one is nice. This one is nice. Diba? Parang, maghahangad pa ba ako ng iba? Eh, eto na yun. Eto na yun eh. Tapos, i-vape ko kasi siya. So, I think EM is still pretty helpful. Kasi diba, it's only not as important if it's electrocharged. Like, it's helpful, but it's not so helpful as compared to vapes, diba? So, ayun.
Oh, you made it.
And no, I gotta keep
What
on
are they
breathing.
doing here?
I gave them some
Breathing and
technical
breathing
work to
and
do.
breathing and breathing.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
Yes, it's me.
How's the work going?
What's that? Is that the helmet that we found in
yes.
the
We have
sand?
fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for canned knowledge extraction? What are you doing with those?
Look here.
Huh?
More canned knowledge.
More canned knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into her
Gonna
head
plant
again?
more
What's
information
that
in my
look on
head.
your face? Are
Very
you scared?
Inception.
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious.
That's an interesting response.
Especially with no
Anyway, I'm not going
consent.
to use this just yet.
Gosh.
As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule.
Huh? Me?
Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes, I do.
Good. Conviction is the most important part of
diba?
all of this. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
It really looks like, ano...
You
It looks like the head of
record
Ledian.
our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
If you play Pokemon, it reminds me of Ledian's head. I don't know why.
Yes.
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand.
Or actually,
but trust me, Paimon.
Rose
this is
Raid
something we
pala.
have to do.
Rose Raid also.
It's best if you can do as I say. Because
I'll do as you say.
to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first.
Oh?
Although it may feel like a trick, self-encouragement may be the most important tool we have.
Okay.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
I'm ready.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a
Okay.
result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements.
Sure. Okay.
Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Is that a knowledge capsule?
Read it out loud.
Some stirring words have been written on the note. Although you don't quite understand the purpose of this recording, you still...
It's done.
What a fascinating experience.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
I'm fine.
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this? Paimon doesn't get it.
It's fine if you don't get it. You're not meant to get it.
And that's perfectly fine.
Oh,
In
diba?
any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
It's not for you, girl. It's for me.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha.
We're gonna implant
You may find
new
it hard to
information.
believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth.
Yes.
Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need.
Yes.
After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool?
A puppet.
A machine?
A slave to orders.
Oh, slave for you.
And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
True.
But why would you
Because
need to
those are the
identify gray areas?
loopholes.
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting.
Yes.
One might even say they're
This is literally one of the
advantageous
things
in
I
the right
learned in law
hands.
school. Finding the loopholes.
Are really out there. Are all
Which you can
sinners
only
like
really
this?
do once you fully understand the information
Anyway,
presented.
that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing
Caravan
for the
Rebot.
next step.
Very interesting. They're really like making use of all
Projects?
like forms of analyses.
We are going to
in
tinker
this
with the
Archon
Akasha
quest. I
terminal
really
and
like
make a
it.
few modifications.
I mean, everything that has to do with knowledge and information and understanding knowledge and just following knowledge. I like how they're incorporating literally every aspect of it. Because like one of the things they started introducing to us when we started this entire series of Archon Quest is literally the
Relaxing days like this.
the opposition of wisdom and knowledge.
Let's
That's
take it
already
easy.
one. And then we were introduced to to fake news. Diba? We were introduced to the concept of like news information being spread which are incorrect. But then just because it's so massively handed to you, like literally everywhere, you're technically forced to believe it. Diba? So that's another one that is introduced to us, like the concept of knowledge is like that. And then now meron din yung what we just witnessed earlier with Raman is like you making yourself believe in something just to make what you're doing more sensible or more noble, even if like things are already presented to you that is potentially to counter that knowledge. And then now there's this na parang analysis of loopholes in information just so you can be the one that's more advantageous in the end when you're already fighting on equal playing field. Because like at this point in the story, we're all faced with the same type of information already. We already know that like the truth behind what's going on. Diba na parang Ruka Devata and King Deshret actually work together in the end. That's already a truth that was established. Another thing that's established is Kusanali is actually a god that no one wants to accept. And now they're making a new god. So that's basically the baseline of everything. So now that we're all working under the same premise, it's interesting that what they introduced now is an elevation of that. Like, how do you become more advantageous when you're already working under the same plane of knowledge? Which is understanding it to find your gray areas to be more advantageous.
On a plan.
It's so
How can you go
intellectual.
back on
I
your
love
word?
it. Like, it's amazing.
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to
Diba?
it.
Because one of the things
Still
that they
the
really
best
made
plan
use of
we have
at the start
is a
was
former
making
Moxa
sure that
you
they
of
were
our people should
withholding
be able to see the
information
bigger
and giving
picture
certain
and
pieces of
recognize the
information to
innate
make
advantages
the
of our
sages
plan.
appear
I
on
did.
top.
And that's how I
But
saw
now
the
that
danger
we're
behind these
learned
so-called
as well and we're on the
advantages.
same playing field, it's the finding the
Oh,
gray
Ethan's plan
areas.
is
Oh my
even more
god, it's so
radical than I
juicy.
imagined.
It's so beautiful. Like the way they
Why are you
paced
guys
everything.
arguing?
Like
My
all
friend,
aspects of
just in
knowledge and
time.
information,
Why
the
don't
way they
you help
paced
me
the insertion of
persuade
all of these
Sino?
things throughout the
He's turned
story is
against our
just
plan.
so
We agreed to work out a
delicious.
plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship.
And then they're introducing this thing
but
now.
also will not
that even when we're on the
to make
same playing
sacrifices if
field,
they
when
deem
we're on the same
situation
level
to be
of
sufficiently
what we
dire.
know, the way that the piece
I'm
of
sorry,
information is analyzed
but
will
as things
always vary
stand,
based on how deep
I
you can
can't
go in
accept
terms
your
of your
principles.
understanding. Diba? Like for example,
Seems you
the
really
disparity
do
between the
understand
learned
the ways
scholars
of the desert.
and then the mercenaries who are not
Paimon.
as learned.
This is
Even though
also
we all
something
know
you
the
should
same
know.
truth, the way they
Ramon's plan is
digest
to have
this
me
piece
work
of
with the
information
Caravan
is
Reebok
completely
guards
different.
in my capacity as a Matra.
So now there's like
We
conflict
will arrest
between
the
them because
mercenaries
they
and
understand
escort
it
them
in
into
different
Sumeru
ways.
City.
So the way that they will tackle it is in different ways. So oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy.
How can we work with the guards?
Well,
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Reebok would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
we're gonna brute force it.
That
Shut up.
also sounds like something Alhaitham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Alhaitham know how dangerous this plan is?
What's gonna happen
Of
with
course
Sino?
he
Shut up.
does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler,
And then this
our
one,
chance of
see, it's
success
so
would
interesting.
increase
Na
significantly.
parang if, diba, if you're someone who doesn't fully understand the depth of the knowledge that's presented to you, you just take it without questioning the nitty-gritty of things. Like for example, with how Al-Haytham literally just gave them a plan to carry out. Because diba, the mercenaries are like assumed to be not as learned as our party, which is like sina Sino, sina Al-Haytham, ganyan. They didn't even question the plan that Al-Haytham told them that this is gonna work, this is what you're gonna do. Because they're working under this premise that like, it's a way to get through our goal. Hello also, by the way, Harajuku Barbie. I like your name. Welcome. So I was just talking about like how much I love the Archon quest so far. Because it's literally, it's so smart how they inserted and introduced everything. Because like going back at this point when we're all working under the premise that this is the universal truth already, there's still a disparity between the level of understanding. Because like with Sinarauman, who are the mercenaries, who aren't really like super intellectual if you think about it, like in their words, they just accept the plan. Whereas there's this Sino naman who's in the same level of understanding as Al-Haytham, who is now questioning, like, of course he said that because this is how he wants you to play it out, but then there's another aspect to it, which is what he's introducing. So it's very good. It's very good.
I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my own choice to trust you.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself.
Everyone
and
has
prevent you
their
from
own
getting
way
hurt.
of addressing it
But I can't
based on their
guarantee that
level
kind
of
of discipline
understanding
from
the
the guards.
situation, which works
To make the whole
part
thing
and
more
parcel
convincing, you'll need
with
to resist to some
digesting
degree.
knowledge.
Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove.
It's
I'm
so
okay
good.
with the deaths of enemies.
Ah, yeah.
But now that we're allies,
I like that
I'm
part.
against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
And then this
Ah,
is
you're
when
making this hard
your
for
personal context
Hey,
blends
something we
into
can do to help?
addressing the knowledge you're presented. Ang galing talaga. I can help. I know what I'm doing.
I
It's
knew
so
you
good.
would say
I'm so
that.
happy. I'm so happy. It's so smart.
We can help fight
This
some
entire
of the
Archon quest is so
mercenaries,
smart.
Which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
We should respect the determination of Rama and his comrades.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on.
Yes.
We strongly value the lives of our friends, but the goal we are about to achieve is even more important.
See, now they're
We have
fueled
no
by
fear
what
of
they now
casualties,
know as the
because
truth.
we crave the spoils of
Because
victory.
what they fully
So
clung
please,
onto,
lend us your support.
the truth that they clung
We will show
onto
you
has
the
now been
determination
completely
of us
subverted
desert
by hard
dwellers.
evidence.
Well,
So now,
now that
since
you've
they're at
put
a
it
loss
that
for
way,
what they can cling
I can
onto,
no
now
longer
they're clinging
refuse.
onto this. So now they're
But
devoting
remember,
everything to it.
you need to follow
Girl!
the plan and not do anything reckless.
That's why they're so
Candace
determined
made
to
it
see
very
it
clear
through.
that we can only
Because
achieve
what
our
they
goals
desperately held
if we can
on to,
ensure
the
our
knowledge that
safety.
they thought was true, is
Since
now
you
different.
and I both
Which is now
recognize the
this.
significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those of King Deshret. Everyone's life is equally important.
I just
Okay,
realized his vest is so
you
short.
have a deal. Let's
Yun
do
pala, his
this
vest
for
is so
our
short.
shared dream.
Loving ya,
The
loving ya,
guards should
loving
be
ya,
stationed
loving
in
ya,
the courtyard
baby.
nearby. You can find them there.
Okay. Talk to the soldiers stationed in Caravan Rebat. Oh, this is where we, with Tignari before, the first time around. I Tignari tuloy. I'll hate them the first time around.
Guards!
The
General
pixelation!
Mahamatra.
Okay, not anymore.
To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down.
Ah,
This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
you go, Sinor!
Of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need.
Let's go, Sinor!
But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain El Akmar in Port Ormos.
Oh.
They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
Oh.
As many as Ain al-Ahmar.
I know,
This should
Akmar.
definitely be classified as a joint operation.
He has
And I
Tepe's
suggest
hair.
that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible.
He has
And
Tepe's
treat it
hair.
as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Ay.
Got it. Please wait a
Gunner.
moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Steppe and the Blue Oni in a different life. You look so commanding when you're working.
Because this is work.
Ay. You're much more friendly to us.
Because I trust you.
Ganon. Thank you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff.
Well,
Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already
Oh,
know that
my
you have
love.
betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamatra?
well,
Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
it's another
We
Christmas
discussed
song.
this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry,
Oh.
the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
Oh.
How can you be so sure?
Because it's far.
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra,
True.
it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The
Yes.
Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha,
He doesn't even have the
it's quite
Akasha
strange
terminal.
that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
But he does. And
I've given
Sino
that
doesn't.
a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those
Or maybe
who
he
kidnapped
does,
the
it's
village
just not
keepers.
seen.
But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
Yes. I am the wild
That's
card.
true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true.
That's
but
true.
The key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
Yes.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However,
Yes.
at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable down to the letter in every single instance?
This is so good. What the heck? These lines.
Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to your real-life behavioral principles.
Yes.
Decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out.
Because
but
of the
now,
pattern.
You've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it.
Yes.
Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weave themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess.
Which is very
Any
different
one of
to a
us could
hive
potentially
mind
disagree with
who
another.
has one goal.
The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data.
Yes.
So, in my opinion,
This is so
we're
good.
probably safe for now.
This is so good.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so?
Yes.
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the past.
I'm so glad that this is settled.
Well, that went down in the room that we didn't see.
Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
Well,
Will do.
I'm confident that we can do this.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Never let you go.
General Mahamatra.
Ah.
We were not expecting your presence here.
Well, here I am.
I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District. My name is Luxembarbo.
Luxembarbo.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me. The construct next to her is for her
The
work.
construct next to her. She's moving her eyeball like
what
a
great
robot.
honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the
The
sun.
heck? That
and,
was so...
is this the latest technology from
That
the
was
Academia?
very unhinged of Paimon to do. Nice to meet you too.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
Well.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and
Itigil ang
follow me to the
kalokohan.
eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Never let you go.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map.
He's the map, he's the map. Charot.
In 2 days, we will engage Ramon's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Goodbye.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after
That's
all.
only because they
They're
don't
so
know,
respectful towards
sis.
us.
Yeah, it does feel pretty good.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back against that massive pillar of power.
topple. Topple
Get
the
ready.
anarchy.
We will move out in 2 days.
Well, we have to wait for 2 days. 2 days later. Day after tomorrow. Aww. And this is gonna take a while to cycle through. The day after tomorrow. Oh, I'm facing the forest, but look, it's the forest area.
It's time for the operation.
Go to the
Let's
east
go make
side of the
fire in
desert. Okay. Alay naman? Shut it. Okay. Is that the Candice thing? Henna berry. Follow the footprints and search for the archaeology team. What? Was that a different quest entirely?
Over there! Our helpers have arrived already! Let's hurry over!
Are we gonna trap them?
Wait a moment.
Why is she so loud? We're supposed
You're
to
my
be like
assistant,
covert.
remember?
Yes, I remember.
Being my assistant, you must stay with me. Now let's head over there.
Everyone just wants us, I guess.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
We meet again.
You're here early.
2 days later.
It's to show how important we think the operation is.
Wow.
Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
Why does he look sus?
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive.
He looks sus.
They are our only leads for the case. If they die, we will be unable to continue the investigation.
Understood.
He looks sus.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Oh, there you go.
Make preparations and be ready for combat.
We actually have to beat them up. But I thought we were friends.
Halt!
Oh?
It's Rahman!
What a warm welcome! What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not interested in a deal.
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales.
Top notch.
If you value your life,
the acting is
I
top
advise
notch.
you to surrender.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia? I can't believe you came all this way just to catch us.
Well,
I'm not here to talk.
Oh!
Oh. Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our
Oh my god, they're
blades with
actually
their
gonna
blood.
fight. What is going on?
Let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Oh girl, we're actually gonna fight.
Everyone hold hands! Let's dance!
Nasaan na isa? Nasaan na? Nasaan na dyan? There's more? There's more!
Hey! With all my strength! I'll protect us!
I have to stand by you.
Everyone hold hands!
Everyone hold hands! Boogs. Boogs! Ah!
We have subdued them. The operation is now over.
my,
All Eremite
be
mercenaries
my,
and related personnel in the area have been
my.
arrested.
my
You
baby!
pitiful Dendro Archon dogs!
Well.
You'll regret this!
I'm afraid you'll regret it first.
Before we regret it, you're
King
gonna regret it
Deshret
first.
will curse you, and you will all!
Silence!
What?
Oh!
Boogs!
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General Mahamatra.
Yes, sir!
You show me everything you need to see. I'll give you everything, boy.
Mahamatra Sino. I will now take my leave.
Mahamatra
If you
Sino.
need further assistance, please come to Caravan Rebot and ask for me.
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
And they
Let's
go
talk
goodbye.
elsewhere.
They go goodbye. Are we supposed to follow them? Free of potential eavesdroppers, you're literally in the middle of
plan went really well.
the road.
Yes.
Yes.
Things went
You're
perfectly.
in the middle of the road.
That's fantastic. And that punch you gave Ramon there sure looked convincing enough.
He actually punched them though.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport. I promise.
What a nice man.
I'll get everyone into Sumeru City safely.
Thank you, Sino.
Yeah, you're the reason why everything went so well.
What a nice man.
It's not the time to celebrate yet.
Oh, the
I
next
believe
phase
Dia
of our
should already be
plan
waiting for you.
is with
Go
Dihya.
join up with her. She will need you to introduce her to Tainari.
Oh, they're not
Speaking
acquainted
of which,
yet.
is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse to work with us?
I'm a little worried about that too.
I have a very close relationship with Tainari.
Very
Given
close.
how well we know each other, I believe my message alone should be enough to bring him to our side.
Very
He knows
close
I won't make jokes
relationship.
about things like this. If we need help, Tainari is the best option.
Very
Get ready
close
for the next phase of the
relationship.
plan. Don't keep them waiting.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. Eremita Necredite. Ang layo, diba? Caravan Rebot. Okay. Hello, Dihya. Why are you drinking?
Dia, we're here.
It's about time. Didn't you say our part
she's
of the plan
drinking
is
tea.
the most important of all? And here you come rolling in late. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, down 7
Well.
drinks, and even did some clothes shopping.
A true woman.
Sorry, we didn't mean to keep you waiting.
A true woman.
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of.
But I didn't take my sweet time getting here. Sorry, the situation was a bit tricky.
I just like seeing that serious look on your face. Alright, I'll stop. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care of this as soon as possible.
Okay. What would you have me do?
But where should we start?
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor.
The Doctor?
We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanagi.
The Doctor.
Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
The Doctor.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh, he really gives Paimon the creeps.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that.
So what should we do?
According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari.
Okay.
If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the academia's trust.
Yes.
So, we'll
Even
find
if he
Tainari
said no to
and
them.
convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on
The
what we
Doctor.
learn, we'll make any necessary adjustments to our plan.
Okay.
The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard.
Earlier we were an assistant, now we're literally the person being protected. I love it. I didn't expect you to be my bodyguard.
You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone you know.
Sis.
Paimon
Stop
thought
this, shut
mercenaries
up.
would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill, I guess I can apply a discount.
Girl.
How much more do you want? I was not sure we can afford it.
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile?
What
do
a
you say?
flirty woman you are. Huh?
I haven't seen you smiling much recently.
What a flirty
If
woman
ask
you
me,
are.
Someone like you must look lovely when they smile.
What a flirty woman you
Come on,
are.
give me a smile so that I can be less worried.
Aw, cute smile. Diba ako so flirty? Too flirty for my life. Thank you, Dihya.
Looking good. I hope this pretty smile will become our
She's a
lucky
flirty
charm.
woman.
There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile
Is
a
this
down
is
payment
this
for a future
how
victory.
she swept Kanzake off of her feet?
Let's go. It's time to pay a visit
Malandi
to
here,
Party's
well,
DI.
very true. Nashook talaga ako. I thought she was gonna charge us more. Party's DI. I like how Tignari's lab is literally in the middle of the forest. It's a greenhouse in the middle of the forest. He's just there.
Let's go say hi.
Hello, Tignari. Hello.
Tainari!
Ah, Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Long time no see.
Hey there.
Hey.
This is our friend Dia. She's an Aramite mercenary.
Well.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for
I
me.
missed hearing Tignari's voice. It's so calming. Tignari, we want to ask you about something.
It's something really important. Please help us out.
I almost forgot how calming his voice is.
All right, then follow me.
Where is the... Oh, I thought they were gonna show us an animal again.
This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me?
Have you ever met the doctor? I want to know where he is.
The doctor, huh?
He's that
Flashback
strange-looking
montage
Fatui
sequence.
harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him.
Oh?
Actually, he left Party's DI just a little while ago.
Well.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
May I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met, but your answer is very important to us.
Hello,
For now,
Athena.
all we can share with
Wait,
you
let
is
me
that
read.
your friend Sino is working
Hold
with
on.
us.
Do you think I did the right thing pulling Nahida over Raiden? I mean, I could reach pity for Raiden, but I cannot afford if I lose 50-50. Okay. I think in order to answer that question, I do have to ask you, which units are you using? Or like, building, or have built, or plan to use? Like, it always depends on that. Because for me, if you're the type of person who you really have to calculate who you're pulling for, it will always boil down to who you have ready. Or who you want to be ready. AKA people you're building. Because for example, for Nahida, for me, she's very, very good if you're using or you plan on using Dendro-reliant teams, which means you want a Hyper Bloom team, you want a Quicken, Spread, Aggravate team, you want a Burning team, a Nilo Bloom team, then if so, she's going to be very, very, very helpful. But for me, whereas with Raiden, if you are planning on using a team that is reliant heavily on energy, and if the rotation isn't so strict, because with Raiden's famous teams aren't really like teams with strict rotations. For example, with the Raiden national team, or if you want to use her sub DPS with Eula, they're not super strict, but they're energy reliant or energy heavy because they want you to keep spamming all of your bursts and your skills over and over and over again. Then Raiden would have been the better option. So for me, honestly, if it's a matter of like, if you're choosing like of the 4 Archons, if you can only pull one, any of them is good. But it will always be based on who you have at the ready or who you plan on using with them. That's just my take on it, because I mean, based on your comment, you're the type of player who really thinks about each unit that you're pulling for. And yeah, that's just the most objective way that I can think of to answer your question. Because both are really good. Both are really good. And I would know because I have them both. But yeah, both are really good.
Sino, you say?
Your ex-lover. Yo,
I
ex-lava.
see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia. Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to tell me everything that's happened.
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried that we might have made it all up?
Well,
despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between
that even
you,
mean?
the Traveler, and Sino, none of you strike me as the type that would conspire to deceive me.
Ah,
You
well.
don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Hypatia! Hypatia has been summoned! I have Kaching Aggravate team and could also run Mono Electro Raiden. Well, seeing as how you have teams at the ready for both, but since you can only pick one, personally speaking, then it'll all boil down to who you like more. Because if like resources aside, you can build one of the two. Because you have a set team for your Nahida, which is your Aggravate. And you have a set team for your Mono Electro Raiden. And everything else is ready for both of them. It will always boil down to who you personally prefer as a player. Like, who do you like more? Because that's when you have to start veering away from pros and cons and calculations in your head and logic. Because it's really just a matter at this point of which one you would personally feel better using. Or find, for lack of a better and less cheesy way of saying, who you will find more joy playing with. Because at the end of the day, it's a unit that you will have for the rest of your Genshin life. Which means someone who you will be playing with for the rest of your Genshin life. So that's the last floor that you have to surpass. Like, which one do you like more? I could possibly have them both, but I'll be 50-50 for Raiden. Should I take the risk? If I were in your shoes, personally, if I were in your shoes, I would. Just because, knowing what I know in terms of the banner lineup, it's too difficult to pass up the opportunity of getting both now. Because, I mean, for sure, Nahida will have a rerun next year. As in, next calendar year, 2023. Of course, it has to happen before Sumeru goes away and we move over to Fontaine. But, I mean, if that will be at the cost of you not having a good Aggravate team for your Kaching, considering that's what you have planned, then maybe it's a good idea to try and get both. Because, just think of it this way in a sense that if you get your Nahida and you're 50-50 for Raiden and you lose to Raiden, you therefore have two options moving forward. If you are guaranteed your next 5-star because you lost while pulling for Raiden, you can either still try to get your Raiden before her banner ends, or if you're waiting for a character that already guarantees you that character. But, if you win your Raiden after getting your Nahida, then it's an instant win for you. Considering you want them both. That's just how I analyze it. But, make sure, I mean, I'm just laying it out there just for that, like the sake of putting it out there. But make sure that if you do plan on topping up or using real money for any of your pulls, do make sure that you're not going to be in a financially unstable position. Because I will never fault anyone for spending on games like this game, because I have done it also and I still do it. But it should never be at the cost of you being financially unstable. Anyway, Hypatia.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
What is he after?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
No problem, Aftina. Also, I really like your name.
Yes.
But I do hope I
He told me
helped
his
in
return
one
to
way or
Sinner's Lie
another.
is imminent.
But just to let you know, I have both of them. And my Nahida is with my Nilo Bloom team. And my Raiden is also a Mono Electro. Well, not really Mono Electro, because my Raiden team is Raiden, Yamiko, Kujo, Sarah, C6, and Jean. And I really enjoy both of them. So if that helps with at least you taking comfort in the fact that you're gonna try and gun for them both, yeah, they're both really good and really fun to play with. So I hope it all works out for you, whatever you do decide to do, because, you know, I mean, ultimately it's your choice. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck in whatever it is you decide to do moving forward. And I hope I helped somehow.
So you mean you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more.
He looks so beautiful, like
I
as
was
a
just
character.
about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis Di. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Hypatia.
Your sources are accurate. No doubt, because you recruited many informants. But
Oh,
you're
and
right.
also, Athena, if you're
Hypatia
still
has
here, I
indeed
think
been
you're a
receiving
first-time
treatment from
chatter.
me.
So, welcome. Hello. Pasuggest po ng rotation traveler Amber Kaya Lisa. Why? Bakit? Nor. I refuse.
Forgive me for asking.
Oh, thank you
but
for the
how's
follow,
treatment
by the
coming
way.
along?
I appreciate it.
Given the way you're asking, I
For
assume
more,
you
anong
have
element
something
yung
to
traveler
say.
mo na yun? Animo?
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia
You know,
to
I would love to
Snezhnaya.
take a coffee break. Pero kasi I think this coffee is not good anymore. So I'm so sorry. I will refund it na lang. So you can use it elsewhere. Para hindi kita mabudol. Pero I can't because I just smelled it and it doesn't smell right. So, ayun. O, diba? Hydrate na lang. Thank you so much. Nakatipid ka pa ng 100. Dapat pala inamoy ko muna yung kape. Actually, kasi I opened this bottle the other day and I just didn't finish it. Kinalagay ko sa ref. Well, who knew it died? Not me.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
That is true.
Oh. I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How unbefitting.
Oh!
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia
What
will
is that
receive
thing
the most
that's his
advanced and
earring?
effective treatment.
It's similar
I
to
will
what Alhaitham
personally
has here.
supervise her treatment
It's like a
and see
capsule.
to her recovery. Would that be agreeable to you?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the Academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer to another nation.
Parang ako lang pag nagkape will take 5 hours. Yeah, because I really enjoy coffee. One of the things that you have to know about me, hindi you have to know, but you can probably know about me is I have a high tolerance for caffeine now. Like, caffeine doesn't really sustain me in a way that will instantly keep me awake. So, like, because I took a lot before, so I think I gained kind of a resistance to the effects of caffeine. So, like, what I do now is, like, whenever I get coffee, yeah, it helps a little bit to keep me up. But at the same time, I just take it for the enjoyment at this point. Like, I always order coffee or make coffee that I like the taste of. Just because I know that the effect will not fully be there for me anymore. So, I just enjoy it. I was gonna say that the Torre will be a claymore wielder. It doesn't even fit his aesthetic. I wish he would be a catalyst or sword somehow. Actually, I mean, to be fair, he has the same body type as Diluc. So I guess it's hard to say that it doesn't fit his aesthetic. But maybe you're talking about like his actual design. And for me, I understand what you mean because he seems like a very prim and proper intellectual, like high-ranking person who normally we would assume to be wielding not brute weapons, which are, yeah, a sword, which is normally fancy, or a catalyst. So I understand. But yeah. I mean, I honestly don't even know that, for example, in the event that he does become pullable, I don't know if I'm gonna get him. Just because the only harbingers who I actually want to get are Columbina and Sandrone. I mean, aesthetic-wise, because we don't know them yet.
Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky.
If you don't know who
and the potential
Colombina and
benefits are
Sandrone
unknown.
are, Colombina
As
is the
person
one with
currently
the
responsible for her treatment,
the
I
excess
cannot
on her
possibly
eyes, the
sign
short
off on this
girl with
transfer.
long black hair, and
Your
Sandrone
suggestion
is the
rude
one on
and
the
reckless. I'll
ruin
pass.
guard. The girl on the ruin guard.
I don't know much about the doctor.
They're the ones who I want
But after
to get
talking with him,
so
I
far.
realized that, just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I've come to detest. It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities, to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him.
Never. Do you think he'll just give up on her?
I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic. Still, his reaction really
They're probably just gonna
concerned me.
kidnap her under your nose. What'd he say? He just laughed. Crazy.
I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. I must say, you are not like what I had expected.
Oh my god, he's gonna murder you.
Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today. What with Her Most Noble Majesty, the Tsaritsa, calling for our return.
Why is she calling for
Luckily,
them?
there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Why is she calling
It's
them
just
to
as
come
the
back?
Academia said, you're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that,
Call
you're
him out,
still
sis.
lacking a bit of shrewdness.
Call him out, sis.
And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Oh, girl. Called out. But I'm more interested to know why the Tsaritsa is calling them back in. Because I thought they were supposed to take their time into getting the gnosis of the
I
Archons.
can't help but feel like he's hinting at something unpleasant.
Paano kung si Capitano is daddy then? I don't know. I mean, even if I'm a daddy collector, not really that, well yeah, I guess I am a daddy collector because at this point I'm getting Tartaglia and I will get Alhaitham eventually, whether it be his first banner or his rerun. Except I'm not getting Ayato. But, I don't know, for me, even if he's a daddy, I have to like him first. Because Ayato is a daddy, but I don't like him. So I didn't get him, and I don't plan on getting him, right? So I guess it'll all boil down still to if I end up liking him. But as of now, it's really just Colombina and Sandrone. I'm definitely pulling for Colombina. She's just perfect design-wise for me. Yeah, and she really gives me, like, a very, like, smart but menacing kid. Like, I don't know how to... Are you familiar with the very, very old game called Clock Tower? It's like a horror game of like this little girl, little doll girl who's very creepy, but like she's so like powerful and violent. And like that's what Colombina reminds me of. Like she's so gentle and caring to like everyone who she cares about, but like when she's faced with like threats or an enemy, she like goes like super powerful and super like crazy. Which I love. I really love like that type of dynamic whenever we see a character, because for me that's like so interesting that we're always subverting like the paradigm of if she looks like this, she's supposed to be like this. Like all of these like lists that they have to tick when they're making a character. So I love it. It's always so delicious whenever they create something that's not what it's expected to be.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes.
Like similarly
He
to
never came off as
Sandrone
malicious,
as well, because I think
but
she's
an
a
utter
very,
lack of
very like
compassion
prim and
permeated
proper
throughout our
girl.
conversation.
Because she's like, you know, very
From
she
his
looks very
tone,
high rank, like a high
I can sense that he's
society
always
girl.
looked down on others.
But like I feel like she's the type who can like ask you to be killed. Like instantly. Like I don't like him, just kill him. You know, it's like power. But imagine if MiHoYo did a redesign like with Scaramouche, but if they do, they make her even better. Yeah. Actually, I have to admit, initially when I saw Wanderer's official artwork when they released it, like the official Genshin art when they did the drip marketing, I initially thought like, why did they have to redesign him? Because for me personally, I like how he looks. like him as Scaramouche because I really like the Electro aesthetic. Because for me, my second favorite element is Electro next to Hydro. Um, because I like purples. I like the tones and the hues of purples that they used on Scaramouche because it's a complete opposite of Raiden's. Because if you look at Raiden's design, yes, they used purples as the Electro Archon, right? But like she also has very like light tones, like color palettes on the lighter side of the spectrum. Like it's not all harsh and dark and strong. Whereas with Scaramouche, who is technically an alter ego of Raiden, because the first Raiden Shogun is literally Scaramouche, it's all very dark and strong, and like, I like that idea of they're the same person, supposedly, but very contrasting, like, aesthetics. So that makes you think that maybe that they made that design, the initial Scaramouche design, just so he can be an antithesis of what the Raiden Shogun's design looks like. So when they showed us the drip marketing of the Wanderer with the complete redesign of how he looks like with the colors and everything, which actually, if you think about it, is closer to the actual design of Raiden Shogun because he has more lighter tones. Like he has the light blues and the teals and everything. Makes me realize that like, oh, that's very smart that now he's not a complete antithesis of Raiden Shogun. Just because, I mean, I've heard about this. Of course, don't confirm because I'm still doing the Archon quest. But like, I've heard that like, he takes like a completely different shift on his personality from who he was as Scaramouche into the Wanderer. So I find that very intriguing. Plus, I like blues as well because, you know, I like Hydro and he has a lot of blues in his color scheme, in his color palette. So I really like it. So yeah. I mean, if they also manage to create like a different design, which is as good or even better as to what we've seen in the trailer of the Harbingers, that would be really good. Because for me, they can go two routes. One is they can go the Tartaglia route, which is basically he looks exactly the same as how he does as a Harbinger because I like their aesthetic. And that's fine for me. Or they can go the Wanderer route, which is a complete redesign, but it's also good. Right? I think that pleases everyone. The only thing they can do wrong is if they do a redesign which is really doesn't make sense and is not pleasing to the eye. So yeah. I can't believe he is actually leaving Sumeru.
I can barely believe it myself. But if that's true, the situation will be in our favor.
I don't think I missed any details.
Well,
frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky. Now that you know a little more, it should be easier for you to stay safe.
Thank you for sharing the information with us, Tignari.
Sorry we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway. I won't forget your kindness.
You're welks.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started because of me.
What do you mean? Oh, it's the boyfriends.
Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the academia and assist him with his research.
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and tone are both familiar, but some details have been omitted. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. One dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for a rainy day.
Okay.
This has been a habit of his for many years.
So it's a fake.
I didn't find any dots in his recent letters.
It's a fake.
I believe
it's either a fake
may have happened
or
to
like it's a sign that something is wrong.
Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the academia, to investigate this matter, right?
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself safe.
Aww.
Please withdraw immediately at the first hint of danger.
He cares about
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be involved with it.
Ooh.
If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation once the investigation starts. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the academia.
Okay.
If you don't see me there for an extended period, That's your cue.
That's your cue to
All right.
leave.
We've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from the Academia.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
What a nice man, because
Being
he cares
loyal
about
to
you.
the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say.
He cares about you.
I know what I'm doing. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
My alma mater.
The Academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end, it still caught up to him.
I see. So you noticed something was up with the Academia from the very beginning.
Yes.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. In that case, I must keep my promise and help you however I can.
Oh my
Also,
gosh,
if you run
hello.
into Sino
See
again,
Wispy Adobo.
Please help me pass on a
I like your
message to
name,
him.
you made me hungry, huh?
Trust
But yes,
your own
hello,
senses and
welcome.
experiences.
I'm just doing the Archon quest.
I think this may be
I hope
something
you're
he
not
needs to
getting
hear right
spoiled, but
now.
I think I'm very behind, so.
Okay.
Welcome, hello, my name is Fee.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this Harbinger.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis Di?
But I thought he just left. He's going to Sneshnaya. Sneshnaya.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way.
See you later. Boy, you make me make bad decisions.
According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon.
Okay.
I want to check if the doctor was
I
actually
feel like
telling
he's
the truth.
actually leaving.
He also said that he'll take care of everything
But not
before he
yet.
leaves. What did he mean by that? We need to be extra careful when dealing with a person like him.
Okay.
Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what
Oh,
we find.
hello, no problem. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome. If you don't play Genshin, mind telling me like what games
We'll do it
you
the
play?
mercenary way.
I mean, I'm
I'll
curious
find
because
leads
I
as we
also
go.
stream other
All
games
you have to
aside
do
from
is just
Genshin.
follow me. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his
Trust the
trail,
doctor down
but he
with
still
Dikia.
left some traces.
Okay.
Or
Girl, don't leave
perhaps
me.
He never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is.
Ooh.
Yep, we're headed in the right direction.
How do you know, sis? No, sis.
The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly, they're in a hurry.
Okay.
It's just as I thought.
What did you just thought? What did you just thought? Oh, this is his tent?
We can stop here. I think I know
I play
where the
some
doctor
Valo, I
went.
guess. Can't really play a lot.
To the
I hate
south of
maging
here is
alipin
Port
ng
Ormos,
salapi.
which
Well,
seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos?
aren't we
They're going to
all
leave by
just
boat?
alipin ng salapi? But, I mean, considering that you can't play much, I guess that makes you even more of an alipin ng salapi. But yeah, I also play some Valorant, although I suck so bad to a point wherein I'm always so shy to stream it just because all of the Valo streamers who I actually watch and lurk in are really good. But maybe I should make that my branding whenever I stream Valo, that I'm the not good Valorant person who you can just watch and enjoy flopping. But yeah. Which agent do you like using, by the way, if you play Valo?
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look for ourselves.
Okay. Excuse me. So far? Port Ormos. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I play Sage also. Or if someone wants to use Sage, I go Reyna. Actually, I recently did a Reyna cosplay if you're interested to see. It's on my Instagram. God! Nasamid ako ng very intense. There we go.
Look! Fatui soldiers!
Fatui soldiers! This is Victor from Mondstadt. Who I still haven't met.
Shh! Don't draw their attention. The port is crawling with Fatui
Oh
soldiers.
yeah, they're all there.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
Can I go here?
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's
Can you stay
always
here?
like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
How do I go there?
But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now
But
very
I don't know if
different.
this is
Also,
fine.
for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
Well, I'm not being caught.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
How do I go there? Well, they're all facing here.
The doctor is on that boat.
I made it!
So he told the truth after all.
Oh, he's right there.
He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer
He's
and find a place
literally
to
right-
hide so
right
we
there.
can observe him.
What? Ah, okay. Here pala. I thought I have to go there. Crazy.
This place will do.
Basta
We can hide
nag-e-enjoy
here while we
stream
keep
lang.
an eye on the boat.
Nag-e-enjoy lang ng stream. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, feel free to just lurk. I'm not sure also if you can hear my playlist, but I'm listening to Ariana. But it's just that I made it very soft, just so it doesn't distract from the audio of the story. But yeah, let me know if it's too loud or too soft. But yeah, I always welcome in people who just want to lurk and to just vibe, because like actually all of my streams, I just play like my playlists also. Yeah, thank you also for your compliment. Yeah, it was my first time cosplaying Valorant ever, because I don't brand myself as a Valorant streamer. So I don't attempt to do any sort of like Valorant stuff. Are we sure he's not planning something?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I won't get DMC aid. Trust me, I won't get DMC aid. What's the matter?
He saw us.
Oh, he just waved. Crazy.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
You mean there's nobody?
What is going on?
And where are all the soldiers we saw in the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago, but now they vanished.
Girl, what is going on?
This was a trap.
But there's nobody around us.
Wait, don't tell me that.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
What is going on? Uh-oh.
They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I just remembered Hypatia once connected her consciousness to the Balladeer.
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away. And if I couldn't...
Oh no! Are you saying they're going to kill her?
Well, variety, yes! I mean,
go.
even though I stream a lot of Genshin, and actually starting next week, I'm gonna be streaming a lot of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, just because I also love Pokemon. I also want to like do my best to stream other stuff that other people may be interested in. Like for example, before, which I do plan on returning very soon. Every Monday I used to stream MOBAs, but now I'm expanding it to like multiplayer Mondays instead of MOBA Mondays, wherein I can play either
Party's DI is not a place you Fatui can just
where I can
show
play
up and do
either
as you please.
Overwatch 2, Valorant, League of Legends, or Pokemon Unite. That's gonna be every Monday. I think I'm gonna start it next month, maybe. I mean, I'm gonna restart it maybe next month. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then every Wednesday, that's when I stream like my console games, which I also put on pause just because I felt the need to have breaks first while I'm doing Genshin, just because I'm doing a lot of heavy story stuff in Genshin. Because starting next month, I'm gonna try to stream almost every day again, just for the sake of consistency and to keep the habit back, like to regain the habit of me streaming almost every day. But yeah, I mostly stream Genshin. And starting next week, mostly Pokemon as well. Like, side by side with Genshin. Yeah. Kikidnapin si Crazy Peisha. Oh, Nor. I thought they were gonna kill her. Parisia is not a place you Fatiwi can just show up and do as you please.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for
I
and
knew what they were
collect
just gonna
medicinal
take
herbs
her.
in Pardeus Di for research purposes.
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar.
He's
like
not
yourself.
just a scholar.
I've done my
He's
duty
Tignari.
to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears.
We just killed him.
You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Parties DI now? I'm pretty sure you're not just looking for herbs.
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to
It's okay, sis. We can take
trouble.
care of them. They're easy.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing about keeping a low profile.
Oh, girl, call him
I may
out.
be staying at Parties DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a forest watcher.
Call him out, sis.
It is still my duty
Oh!
to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so much.
It's his
to
beautiful bow.
Then it seems our conversation has hit an
It's
impasse.
his beautiful bow.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
Are we just gonna... Oh my god, I thought you were gonna...
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
Why are you leaving so far away? All eyes on me.
Propagate! Let's...
There's no use resisting!
Where?
Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming!
Yeah, Tainari! Beat him up!
Oh my gosh. Oh, he's dead.
The doctor's orders are absolute!
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now!
Oh my gosh! Ano na? Where? Oh, he was here the whole time. He was just standing there.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak around and attack from behind.
But you're alone! They might take you.
Hypatia's still here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken in.
We literally just led them to where Hypatia is laying. What is going on? That is not the smartest course of action, I fear. I think she's not sleeping. Maybe she's connected to his brain again.
How is she?
Everything's fine. She's sound asleep.
Oh, that's good.
Ayun na! Oh no, it's the balladeer!
So, you think this is over?
Ah! That voice! Baby, The balladeer?
What? The balladeer is here?
She can't even see? What's going on?
I've missed that look of abject horror.
Fierce. Oh.
You've given me that look every time we meet.
See, I like his outfit as the Scaramouche.
But, where is he?
He's just here. Is he a spirit? A ghost? Wait. Yeah, see, I told you her brain is connected to him
I
still.
can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Parties DI. And
What
made
did you do
contact
to
with Hypatia.
Hypatia?
I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
No.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the balladeer, right? That's impossible.
I know you must be curious.
I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch.
But why?
I
So
wanted
weird.
to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, Traveler! What are you doing?
Paimon, please stay quiet for now.
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details.
Deification.
Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it
Well.
wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me?
He's just teleporting. Oh, he's a god now, I guess.
Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. It's truly laughable.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes. What is it?
You're acting more friendly than usual, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Which is why I'm talking to you like this.
But are you really okay with all of this?
What do you mean?
The Academia plans to infuse your consciousness with divine knowledge capsules. This is extremely risky. Even if the Academia's user correctly you manage to gain the wisdom of a god, you would probably no longer remain yourself. You will become the new Greater Lord Rukadevata for the Academia. Even if it means losing yourself, would you still want to become a god?
Those words almost make you sound like a friend who actually cares.
Yes, because you're going to be
But
pullable,
you're
which
wrong.
means we're going to be friends.
I'm different from all of you.
Even if I don't pull for you.
I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has
Oh my God,
just
he's
been a
walking
meaningless
on
routine.
air. He's walking on air.
Just think about a sheet
An
of paper.
Animo unit
By
through
itself,
and through.
it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is what gives it value. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should have been erased a long time ago.
Just because A was
Indeed,
focused more on
to me,
eternity.
the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing.
This is what happens if you don't
Tell
love
me,
your children.
Just what has this world done for you to protect it with such
You
zest
should
and
love your
conviction?
children. You wouldn't understand.
I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking and sense the depth of your determination. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth.
Oh.
It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss in ignorance.
Ganon! You can cut her off with just a thought.
You've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position,
because she's a
I
follower.
think you'd feel the same way. She peered into my consciousness and saw my past.
Yeah, she's a
Someone
follower.
like that is qualified to become my first follower.
Your first sage.
All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory.
Girl. Is that so?
You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon, you'll know what kind of authority you're challenging.
Well. You should protect
Who
her
wants
from
to hurt
harm.
my devout follower?
The Torre girl. They're literally coming to get her right now.
The doctor wants to hurt my first follower?
Doesn't that make you mad?
How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing discord?
Well, because I'm
The
nice.
doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the new god. You're still
Girl.
too naive if
He
you
thinks
think a
he's so
few words will
powerful.
be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift. just like my expression of affection towards Hypatia.
I really like his voice actor, actually.
It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me.
Well.
As my listener, you will be rewarded.
With what? What are you planning? What are you planning?
Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be reasonable.
Paimon used thunder!
Thunder? Could it be the Balladeer?
That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while.
I didn't expect that either. He's become milder, but somehow even more deranged. Oh, an electro wielder still.
Where is the storm headed?
It can't be. Is the Balladeer using the Gnosis to change the weather?
That means anyone outside is in danger! Let's go! Tighnari and Dia still must be fighting!
Girl, you're leaving Hypatia here. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'll detect
Okay, they're fine. It's Bale Thunder. Oh my gosh.
Have the Fatui retreated?
Tignari and Diya are over there.
Hey, what happened to you?
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Yeah, he got struck by Bale Thunder.
Don't move. I've seen Eremites get struck by lightning before. You need to rest.
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone, almost as if it were alive.
Well.
Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn to
Oh my
shreds by
gosh,
the
he
bolts
started
of lightning.
killing the Fatui.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were
He's
forced
turning
to
on
retreat.
all of them. I'm really sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I might have triggered the thunder and lightning.
Huh. It's all right. I'm sure you also never expected this to happen. Don't blame yourself. My wound aside, you look like you've seen something unpleasant. Is Hypatia all right?
She's okay for now, but I want to tell you something. Oh,
Hey,
girl.
didn't I tell you not to move?
Just in case.
The lead up to the Scaramouche battle is amazing.
Go to Hypatia's place and talk about things there.
Go to where Hypatia is. Okay.
Thank goodness she's fine.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself
True.
first?
Are you not a doctor
I
as
understand
well?
my condition. The wound is not fatal.
Grimmies.
I'll be all right.
Dignary, please.
The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
Well,
They always think they can push through the pain.
well. I've seen that before.
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit. Sorry, traveler. Now you may start.
You tell everything that happened. What had happened?
So that's what you were talking to the Balladeer about? Oh, Paimon
Oh, right,
can't
because
believe
Paimon
what he's
couldn't see.
thinking.
The Academia's God creation plan. How
his eyes became so
ridiculous.
fierce. Oh, he was
That
nice earlier.
sounds, ambitious, I guess? Anyway, this is all way beyond me. As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's
Girl.
rest, that's enough. I'll only work when I have to. I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party's DI.
Well.
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for your help back there.
Don't mention it.
As a bodyguard of Hypatia.
Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to and left Sumeru in a hurry.
Yeah, and I also have a theory. I think the Balladeer is the reason why the doctor is targeting Hypatia.
Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the Balladeer. Is that why they tried to seize Hypatia?
Interesting. I would like to know what it is.
The Balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past. So, what could be there?
For now, I'm still not really sure.
Have you noticed? The Balladeer is not happy with the Doctor's actions. He
Look
thinks the
at her,
Doctor has no
smoky
right to
eyeshadow,
consider himself
very
as his
harsh.
equal.
So, if the Doctor was to show up again, would the Balladeer zap him with lightning?
Based on what the Traveler has said, I think he would. Having the Doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
True.
In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan. The Doctor is out of the picture now.
Crazy Paisha is safe. Indeed.
I'm also happy for you.
Thank you for the help,
should
Tainari.
be healed now.
Make sure you rest up for now.
Yes, please do get some rest.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually don't want her to die.
Okay,
She's
that
not
wraps
like
things up
Dunya
for us
Azad,
here
whose
at
story
Party's
arc
DI.
is leading up to
Traveler,
her death.
it's about time we rendezvous with the others at the Grand Bazaar.
Okay.
Let's continue to keep a low profile.
I think
You can
this
head
is a
there once
perfect
you're ready.
place for me to end. Because that was a lot. Yeah, this is a perfect place for... Oh, he has the bot! From his story quest! Cute. Wait, let's
You
talk
can
to him
just
first.
focus on your plan. Leave Hypatia to me. My wound isn't going to get in the way.
Okay.
Okay. Guess I'll sit still for a little while longer.
Okay. I guess I can end here. Right, let's go to Sumeru City. It's impossible to ignore ya. Okay. Yeah, I will end here because I actually covered a lot of ground today. Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay. Yeah, I've been streaming for almost 3.5 hours now, but yeah, that should be fine. We did a lot. We saw a lot of stuff today. I mean, we were literally like in the middle of 3.1 and now we're in the middle of 3.2. So I think that's a good place to end. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here with me tonight. That was fun. It was really fun. I'm very happy with the Sumeru Archon quest so far. And I cannot wait to discuss my thoughts and opinions about everything after we finish it. But yeah, so for the rest of the week, just to let you all know of how it's going to proceed. So on Tuesday, I will be doing Nilo's story quest. Because well, I have to do that. I have to do Nilo's story quest. Just so I won't be blocked by that story quest when we proceed in the Archon quest. And then on Thursday, I think I have to do Sino's story quest actually. I'm not sure. If I don't, we'll proceed with Aranara again as per usual because I'm still not done with the Aranara quest. And then when I do the Aranara quest as per usual, I am going to voice it. And then, on Saturday, on the 19th of November, I will be streaming Pokemon Violet. Because as much as I want to stream it on Friday, which is the launch on November 18, I will actually be on the launch party of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, wherein I will be cosplaying as Nessa, and I will be the host. So if you're interested to attend the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet launch party, which will be happening in Hobby Hive Cafe in Green Hills, please do let me know so I can send you the details because there is a registration and there is a registration fee of 500, but there's a lot of perks that come with it, such as food, which is what everyone wants to know. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here with me today, especially to those who have been here from the start. I'm actually getting pretty hungry, so I might grab a bite first before I sleep. But yeah, thank you. Hello. Also, thank you to all of the new followers. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy. And to think it's a Saturday, which is weird because I don't normally stream on a Saturday, but I decided to do it because I won't be streaming tomorrow. So yeah, my next stream will be on Tuesday, which will be Nilo's Story Quest. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. Once again, it has been me, your one true Khaleesi, Miss V, wishing you all a happy V-Day because it's always V-Day with me. Stay safe everyone, both in the sad state of the world right now, which is still amidst the pandemic, and of course from the crazy AF weather, whether you are from the Philippines or anywhere else around the world. Sending you all my love, and know that I'm always rooting for each and every single one of you Thank you guys so much. I won't raid anyone anymore just because it's late and I think we all want to rest. So yeah. Thank you guys. See you again on Tuesday. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.